Sorry, y'all. I'm live. Girl, I was typing, looking on Amazon and everything. I hope I looked good. So I'm making funny faces. Anyway, I literally been live 3 minutes. I was like trying to find out the name of this lipstick for y'all because I knew y'all was gonna ask. So literally, I was doing this for the ladies. I was like, y'all had some ASMR for a second. Okay. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How are y'all doing? Well, I see let a few of y'all get into this chat, so that's good. So we're going to be talking about magical ways to live in the moment. I was living in the moment at the beginning of this video. Sorry, y'all. We are live, so this is the type of stuff that happens live. Anyway. So the name of this lipstick is y'all, but waited so patiently for me to find it. I was trying to find a link for it online, but I couldn't. Not on Amazon, but it's called Mon Chéri, like in French, and it's by Beauty Bakery. Beauty Bakery, and it's called Mon Chéri, and I think it's a really pretty red. So I wanted to get the name of it and see if I could find a link for it for you guys before I started the live. But I think I started the live before I found the link. Sprinkle, sprinkle, y'all. All right. Sit, which means darling in French. Yes. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to show y'all. But this is about magical ways to live in the moment. So as we're live, this is another way to live in the moment, talking to people that are here with you right now instead of thinking about something else or talking to someone else, and talk to the people around you. That's number one. Because I think a lot of times the people that are near or around you and you can exchange with, that's also kind of magical because they are literally in your frequency, in your in your range, and y'all are probably able to communicate more often, and you'll get more, present moments out of that, living in the present, living in the moment, and finding magical things with the people near you is magical within itself, because you don't have to go too far to seek it out. It'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so another way to live magical. Okay, so I had these mirrors made a long time ago. They're just little compact mirrors. And I put a little saying in Latin on it and a little sigil. And what it translates to is men always give me money. This was for, SheRaSeven level up era. It still is. But I made this a long time ago. And one of the ways that you can incorporate magic into everyday moments is to design your own like little items online. I think I designed this on Zazzle.com, and I may have a store up there under my name with these on there already, but I'll try to find a link one day and I'll put it in the community section. But you can literally design your own compact mirrors and makeup bags and whatever on Zazzle, and you just upload your picture or whatever, and you can write what you want on it. So you can literally write spells on your mirror. You can literally make cups or products with your magical incantations or sigils on them. And so I've kept this mirror since I've had it, and I think I've sold a few to a lot of ladies. And so men always give me money. You can put whatever you want on yours. I put that because I knew lots of ladies would want that. And I want that for me too. I want you to, okay. And you carry that with you in your purse or put it on your vanity or wherever, you know, you're going to use that. The symbol is a sigil for the same thing. This in Latin, bring me money. Men, bring me money. There's a website, or there's lots of websites you can design sigils on. You just type in what you want the sigil to say or mean, and it will draw the sigil for you. Then you can screenshot it or whatever. And then, you know, upload it and design it in some type of whatever, and put it on whatever product you want to put it on. Or you could just draw it on there and glue it onto something if you want to go old school. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the next thing I have is tea. And this teacup. This is a teacup that, you know, you can steep your tea in, but theme your tea with what you want to attract that day. Okay, so if you're trying to attract wealth or beauty or love or whatever, use the tea or the herbs that are going to bring that to you. So in the morning time or whenever you drink your tea, make sure that's the type of tea that you're drinking at the same time. I'm trying to, you know, live in the moment because I'm waiting on new series or new seasons to start for Bridgerton. I already got my Bridgerton Queen Charlotte tea candle from Bath and Body Works. This smells so good, y'all. Okay, so I'm waiting for Bridgerton to come out. So I have my English tea because that's what I'm waiting. My breakfast. This is well, this is the kind of tea I'm drinking, but it's the English tea version of it. So the breakfast tea, I just brought the canister from my kitchen. So surround yourself with whatever it is that you're trying to live in the moment for. So I'm getting in the mood for my you know, my new season to start. I know y'all probably watch all types of shows. I'm waiting for 2 different shows to come out. Interview with the Vampire and Bridgerton. So I've been reading vampire books. I've been drinking my tea, getting my Bridgerton candle because I'm living in the moment and not anticipating or saying, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this to happen. Instead, I'm experiencing it in advance, attracting it and living in the moment of it instead of trying to rush or be upset because it's not here yet. But we can use these examples in real life with relationships, with success, with careers. So instead of being impatient about what you've manifested or you know, some type of success that you're waiting on, surround yourself with things that you can enjoy in the moment leading to your success. Okay, so for example, if you're expecting jewelry, like from a gift from someone or whatever, you know, incorporate crafting, make a jewelry box. I ordered some seashells on Amazon. They were like $10 for a huge container. And I got this little box at the Dollar Tree and the little pearl at the Dollar Tree in the crafting section. And I just glued a bunch of seashells on this little cute treasure box that I got there, anticipating jewels, pearls, or whatever, gifts, treasures. So this is another way you can live in the moment, craft and create and be, you know, be more creative and prepare for your treasures to arrive. Okay. Instead of being impatient, use that time to create and prepare for what it is that's on the way. Okay. And seashells are very good for attracting abundance, protection. So, you know, your treasure is going to be protected, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So you have, you know, wealth and protection right there. And it's just a cute little box. And no one knows what you're doing. You just set it out and no one even knows. I mean, especially if you're not out with, you know, your practice. And no one else. Thank you, Shawanda Z. Sprinkle Sprinkle. She sent me a cash app. I appreciate you. So nice. Thank you. All right. I also made this little jewelry tray to hold my jewelry when I wash my hands or before I go to bed, depending on where I'm going to put this. It does match the decor in my room, so I did definitely make sure of that. So I'm preparing skillfully for jewelry I'm trying to receive or money. You can put whatever you want on this, okay? I'm just using these things as an example to show you how to prepare and live in the moment and use your magic to attract. I mean, I have a jewelry tray, so I'm definitely attracting some jewelry soon. Okay. And maybe a trip to the beach, maybe a vacation over there, you know, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm also taking my sea moss gummies, because this is good for you anyway. It helps with a lot of things. It helps with skin. It helps with beauty, joints, like your joints. It helps with the thyroid. So does kelp. So, you know, if you're preparing to look good for a long time, you know, if you're preparing to stay healthy for a long time, take supplements that go with whatever magic that you're creating with. So I'm using a lot of watery energy, sea, ocean type Yumaye. That's the name of the sea moss, the brand. And everything that I'm mentioning, or most of the things that I'm mentioning, are going to be in the link in the description bar, or the link at the top of these comments, which is my Amazon suggestions. So, you know, you can find pretty much everything on Amazon. So I just like to put it all in one place so y'all don't have to go hopping. All right. So I have different stores on it. All right. Another way you can manifest and use magic and to live in the moment are planting seeds. So I have a bunch of seeds for rosemary, sage, and some other herbs. So when you plant a seed, you're preparing to harvest. So this is magic within itself. When you plant, you're preparing to harvest as soon as you plant a seed. So you're already planning for abundance, preparing for abundance, waiting for abundance, creating abundance by planting a seed. So when you plant seeds, whenever you start to plant the seeds in your garden or in a pot, whenever you plant a seed, use each seed as a manifestation of what you want to see grow in your life, what you want to see, you know, come into your life and keep growing. So some, like, you know, if you do mint, that's representative of wealth and money. So I have a lot of mint in my garden. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. And each day when you go out to water, or if you have a sprinkler, and you look and you smell the herbs and you look at them grow and you experience them, you're also getting in that frequency. And also every day you have a subliminal reminder of how your wealth is growing, how your money is growing. And you get to live in that moment and enjoy the beautiful herbs, the flowers that you've planted, the beautiful art that you've created. And you're living each moment in happiness, joy, peace, because you're not sitting there with anxiety. You're not sitting there worrying about anything. You're not sitting there wondering when things are going to happen, because you're using your time to enjoy what you already are preparing for, or what already is on the way. Okay. And so you're starting to live in that moment before you even get what it is that you're manifesting. And when you do something like this and create a sigil with, like, you know, a magical phrase on it, something that is, you know, going to be with you for a long time, continuously brings you what it is that you are, you know, using in a magical way, because this is continuous, and it's also a mirror. So everything you do is going to mirror this happening. Thank you, God is well read for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yes, we have technology. We have all these things around us to help us to manifest and live magically each day if we so choose. Okay. And now, okay, for the ladies who wear wigs, you can, perfume your wigs with incense, sprays, essential oils to also do the same thing. So you can have certain wigs to do certain things or certain things that you put in your wig. Some people be putting crystals up under their wigs too. You know what I'm saying? Like I have seen it all. It's another way to, vibrate on a higher frequency. A lot of people don't think that wearing wigs is, a good thing to do, but if you cleanse or use incense or essential oils, or you put some crystals up under them wigs, somebody said rose petals, whatever, you can create whatever you choose magically and live in your moment. Okay. Um, I always like to set an ambiance so that I don't feel like I'm not experiencing the full moment. Because the whole point of success in magic and life is to love and enjoy and experience each moment to its fullest while, having what you want and getting what you want. And if you don't have what you actually are trying to manifest yet, bring it in, lure it in with an ambiance. So, for example, if you're journaling or reading a book or doing some tarot or oracle card reading, always set an ambiance. Don't just whip them out unless it's unless you're just, in the middle of nowhere and you don't have all your items to do this with. But when you start to take personal time for yourself, like reading a book, journaling, planning, or doing cards, make sure you set an ambiance. So I like to use candles. So this is a candle by Patty Wax, and it's in the scent of library. So when I read, I put on some ambient music of like crackling fireplace, and like maybe if it's on my computer, there's like an old library on the screen. And then I light one of my book scented candles or a library scented candle. And then I get the book out and I'm having the ambient music, the candle, and then the scenery if I'm looking. And so you're less distracted, you're more into the moment, and you actually enjoy the book more, whatever it is you're reading. And I've learned way more setting up ambiances or vibes, as you're saying. I absorb more and I want to read more and I want to, I want to prepare myself to study or read more or, when I have this type of ambiance. So I was like, I can't wait to get home and light my candle, turn on my ambient music and, get my book light and read. And it makes the story or the book or the information in the book seem more what they call delicious. So that's what I like to do. Hey, Sheer, on my level up journey, got new job. Good for you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, read the name, baby. It says Ashera Star Goddess. We're on this channel. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Any hobbies that you are attracted to, that's what you go for. So they can change at any time. So, like, look what I just made. I mean, this is not really, arts and crafts are always fun. And if you're trying to start a business, you can even sell this type of thing on Etsy or whatever store front you like to sell on. But you can always sell your hobbies if you want to make extra money as well. Or teach, teach how to create, make videos on it. Yeah, so I can't wait to get home and, get ready to read. It makes you more exciting about the things that you're doing in the meantime, or it makes the experience of doing something simple more rewarding and magical. Now, another way to create magic or experience magic is to say each day, I'm going to experience some sort of magic today in everything that I do, and it's going to be beneficial. And so what you're going to do is start to be more aware of the magical things that are beneficial to you. you see, and you're going to use those things to your benefit to actually live your best life in that moment. And so everything that you start to do, everything that you start to touch and experience is going to be literally a magical moment. And so when you do this, it really just makes you feel like you can do anything. Another way to build your confidence: live each moment magically. And this mirror, let me tell you, I made this mirror years ago. Years ago. Okay, I've done spells and things years ago, and they're still rewarding me each day. Okay, years ago. Keep reminders around you of magical times that you've had or whatever. Like I like keeping seashells, or whenever I see a really beautiful shell like this. I bought this one, but I'll buy it and I'll set it up as a reminder of the magical time that I had at the beach, or a magical vacation I went on, or a cruise or something like that. And it makes me want instead of wanting to go there, like, oh my gosh, I wish I can go there tomorrow or today. I have it with me and I can just pick this up, put it to my ear, or just look at it or touch it, and it's like automatically I'm transported back to where I had a magical time. And then it also allows you to look forward to more, vacations or visits to the beach or whatever. Different beaches, perhaps. Oh, Maggie, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, love that I'm part of the magic. Ma'am, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, we're all magic. I don't think we'd be alive without magic. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. So the oracle deck that I was holding up is the Herbal Tea Magic for the Modern Witch. And if you like tea, these are also linked in the spiritual items I suggest on Amazon. In that link, the links are in the description bar as well for the Amazon stores. So it comes with a little book, and each card is a tea or an herb that most people use in their tea. So, and then the little meaning is on there at the bottom. So if you don't want to use the book, there's a quick reference of what each herb and the tea is at the bottom. So you can mix all of these and make a tea, or just use one for a tea. And so if you have a lot of teas and you're like, okay, which tea should I drink today? Or what tea should I use for love, healing, and peace? Oh my gosh, chamomile. Okay, so it's also a reference. All right. So black tea, grounding, strength, and expelling negativity. So when I say you can incorporate teas into your everyday magic, living in the moment, if you don't have like a tea reference, this Herbal Tea Magic for the Modern Witch Oracle deck and guidebook, very simple and easy. Okay. So if you have a backyard or a garden or a patio, you can grow your own teas or herbs to make your own teas. If you don't want to just buy a bunch of it, and it's cheaper too. Okay. And also, while you're growing the teas, you can manifest this, when you're planting, you can water each day to make the teas or the herbs more powerful to your manifestation. So you're putting a lot of your energy into something, which makes it even more magical and work better. Okay. So imagine all of your energy from day to day, watering something, speaking over the water, planting the seed, tending to the garden. Then you harvest the herb, and then you steep it in the water and the tea and in the cup that you've spoken magic over. And then now you drink it and manifest and think whatever it is that you're thinking about wanting, to attract. You know how much more powerful that is than going to the grocery store and picking up a thing of tea, which I am drinking grocery store tea, but Actually, World Market. I got this at Walmart. But when I do make my own teas, I have to make it in a pot and steep it for longer. And it's much more magical, and it much more living in the moment and enjoying the fruits of my labor, the garden, the herbs, the manifesting, just to know that as soon as I drink this, I'm going to imbibe that frequency and just spread it out and bring whatever I need, you know, to me faster and more powerfully. So that's why I think like every moment should be used if you choose to. Now, sometimes you're in a hurry. You don't have time to think about, oh, how can I make this moment more magical? So you have to plan ahead. Like y'all see me spray this thing a lot. This has rose water in it, which also helps your frequency gets higher. So you just put some rose water in a little mister. You carry it around whenever you need a little extra boost. You just turn it on, you know? Already there, done. Okay. You make, if you collect waters or you do waters or you use water magic, put your water bottles outside before it rains, collect the rain, or go to the beach, collect some water out of the beach, go to the river or wherever you collect your water from, keep some in, you know, in store for when you need to use it or, you know, cleanse or whatever. And like stock your stuff up so when you need it, you got it. So you don't always have to rush to do stuff. You just have it on hand. And when you're better prepared, that's also helping you live more magically in the moment because you don't have to scramble for things at the last minute. You know what I'm saying? So stay prepared, stocked up whenever you have nothing to do and you're sitting there idle. Create, you know, your abundance and your magical supplies. That's something that you can do. Like, I remember I was just sitting watching TV and I'm like, I've seen this show before. It's boring. You know, I don't want to watch TV anymore. What should I do? There was a bunch of wax burners around the house and all the scent had gone out and they were out of season and I needed to switch them out. So I said, okay, I'm going to switch out my wax burners. And the season, like, you know how they're decorated for each season. Like I have a Christmas one and one for, you know, Halloween and all that kind of stuff. So it was time to switch it out. I got the wax out of all the wax burners. Instead of throwing it away, I repurposed it and made a candle in this little jam jar that I got while I was on vacation. You know how they have these little jelly jars in the hotel room? So I saved them and I repurposed them and made a little desktop candle. And, you know, just put your essential oil in the wax from the wax burner that you're going to throw away anyway and repurpose it. I had wicks already that I got on it. So, and I just made a little desktop candle. So when I'm writing letters to you guys on Patreon or writing in my journal with my nice pens that I get, you know, my nice stationery, I'll light a little desktop candle. And now I can light one that I've actually made and put my own energy into and my own scent into, and I can enjoy that moment even more and feel more magical. I don't know. Okay. So when I see materials that I can use, I kind of save, not a lot of them, but maybe one or two because I don't want to be a hoarder. So I'll save like one of two of these. And if I use it, I like to press that little button on the top. I can use it for many, many things. Sprinkle. Yes. And you can put whatever you want in your own candles. Y'all know that by now. Y'all get the little crystal chips, herbs, dried flowers, or whatever, and make your own magical candles and sell them or use them in your home. I also have like, I repurpose old candle jars. So when I buy candles, I purposely buy them based on the beautiful jar that I can reuse. And so since this is like an apothic, like amber color, I can store herbs in it. So these are some rose petals from my garden and they smell really good. So whenever I need a boost, I just pop this open and I just smell like beautiful rose smell and I just put it right back. It's like aromatherapy right there for free. And if you want to make it a little bit stronger, just put a little bit of essential rose oil on your petals and shake it. Whenever you need a boost, instead of, you know, whatever, just this reminds me of being in my beautiful garden on days that I can't go outside. Okay. If it's raining, you know, in the winter when they're not bloomed, then I have it right there with me. Okay. So you do that too, Melissa? I bet you do. Your last name is Rose. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so another way y'all can live magical in the moment. Enchant your makeup. Look into the mirror if your makeup has mirror on the compact, and say what you want the makeup to do. Speak over your cosmetics. Sometimes, like, I have a makeup bag and I have crystals in my makeup bag that I will store. Like rose quartz is really good for beauty. I will store my makeup with my rose quartz to charge the cosmetics. And you know, before long, you're not even going to really remember if the stone, I mean the crystal, is in the bottom of your makeup bag or in your makeup drawer. That's, you know, you're not even going to really think about it. It's just going to be. So I always do that. Oh, this candle smells so good. This link in the my Amazon store on items I suggest. This Bridgerton candle, though, they have different ones. It's only, I think they're only in Bath and Body Works right now. They probably have other types of Bridgerton candles. So if y'all are looking for that, Bath and Body Works. Okay. Thank y'all. All right. So your clothing. I think I've said this on many videos. Color coordinate your clothing to what you're, you know, wanting to incorporate magically into your day. So if you work with color magic, you can use the color of your clothing each day to incorporate whatever it is you're trying to attract or you're trying to feel more magical in, or whatever. Okay. So that's what you need to do. Okay. So yeah, you can cleanse your crystals however often you feel like you need to cleanse them. Okay. Definitely. Okay, so yeah, journal. I just saw someone write journal. That reminds me. Okay, so my journal. I have so many different journals for so many different things, but I have like a day-to-day journal, which I don't write in every day because I forget sometimes. But when I do write in my daily journal, I use a nice pen that I enjoy writing with. Otherwise, I'm not going to enjoy my journaling. So I have to have a good pen. Okay. I don't know. I have lots of good pens, but it has to be a good pen or I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to write well. I'm going to try to hurry up and get through it. So I need to enjoy my writing experience. So I like to get, like sometimes I like felt tip pens, fountain pens, or my own sprinkle pen. It's a Pilot pen and it's like writes really smooth. These are on levelupcosmetics.us if y'all want a sprinkle pen. But I like to use good flowing pens when I write. And sometimes I use stickers or magazine cutouts or stencils to decorate my pages sometimes, but not anything too extraordinary to where it's distracting. So, you know, like maybe some roses or like some cute little stickers or whatever. I'll order like some cute stickers from Amazon or Etsy or something, and I'll incorporate them in my journal so that I'm more, you know, enjoying the experiencing, you know, the experience of journaling. And then when I go back to read it later or whatever, it's fun to also pick up and read when you see all the little cute details that you've incorporated. I also like to do adult coloring books that are like in the vibe of what I'm, trying to accomplish, or what I'm studying, or what I'm focused on at the time. So I have this cute little mermaid um, coloring book because like I'm in like the beachy seashell, mermaid, watery, you know, vibe right now. So I have my coloring book, I have my little bag of color pencils, markers, pens for journaling. And I just keep this in a little tote bag. I have these little cute, these color pencils, like they take forever to wear off. You don't have to like, you don't have to sharpen them or anything. So I got these on Amazon too. They look like this. I don't know. So you don't really have to sharpen them. So I like these because you can take them everywhere without running out of, the lead or having to resharpen or whatever. So I like those. And I have just a little bag of stationery and pens and stuff like that for my journaling and coloring and whatever it is I'm trying to do creatively. I always like to use my creative energy for something artistic, such as like drawing, coloring, painting, writing, or something, because I can always go back and look at what I was doing at that time, what I was feeling, what I was into, how my life was, what was I thinking, how successful was I, how good did I feel during that time. And it's very magical to see how your things manifest later on. So you can go back and see how great of a manifester or, magical lady or gentleman you are just by creating. It's like, wow, look how creative I used to be, or look how creative I need to get that back. Like if you lose your creative spark, you have reminders everywhere. Like, oh my gosh, look what I did. And then you'll be re-inspired by yourself. And that's magical within itself. When you're re-inspired by your old self, or by your creative self, or by the self that you neglect sometimes, it's more empowering because that's you. And so that's another way to live magically in the moment, by looking at all the things that you've already done and how much more potential you actually have and how much greater you are now. Okay, good morning, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Andromeda. No, you didn't miss too much. You just missed most of it. No, just kidding. Just rewind and watch it later, but you know how I go. I go on for a while. But thank you for the super chat. Okay. Now, I also don't like to speak any negativity into my life. That's another way to live magically in the moment. You speak what you want. You speak what you want. You speak what you want to occur. You don't speak what you don't want. You don't speak what you are currently experiencing that you don't want to be experiencing. So that's another magical way to, experience and live in the moment magically. You only speak of what you want to see. Okay. So, for example, it's a waste of time to talk about your issues and your problems, but it's not a waste of time to creatively figure out how to solve them or to live in the moment now so that you're no longer experiencing the problems. Okay. So, for example, I'll give you all a good example. Let's say something goes wrong, and instead of focusing on the problem that's wrong, focus on everything that's beneficial to you at that time and see what you can make of that. Because eventually, whatever went wrong is not going to matter if you find a better way to thrive, you know? And a lot of people find discoveries when those negative things happen. Instead of focusing on the negative, focus on what else you could be doing instead. What else you should be doing instead. So, for example, Like have beautiful reminders of fun vacations around, pictures, seashells, or whatever type of vacations y'all like to go on. Pick them up and hold them and think about when you were, having the best time ever. Then, go and look at pictures online or get you a book with beautiful pictures in it. And you can magically escape so many things just by your imagination. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you're going to be thinking more positive, having better thoughts, and imagining yourself in a place that you actually love to be. Okay. Thank you. Also making your space, like, say you love my bedroom, also making your space a magical space that you love to be in makes everything better. I talk about that a lot in my book, Leveling Up to Your Best Life. It's on Amazon by SheRaSeven. Leveling Up to Your Best Life. To make everything special, magical, romancing your own life, you don't have time to think about anything negative, because you're too busy creating your life just like you want it. You're too busy creating your life just the way you want it. No one else is going to create your life just the way you want it. So spend those moments magically creating the life just the way you want it, because nobody else is going to be able to do it for you. No one. They can give you the money. They can give you the funds, but they can't create it like you like it. So busy yourself creating the life that you want instead of complaining about the life that you have. Start creating the one you want. And that's the best thing that you can do when you start thinking negative. It's like, okay, well, what can I do about it? I'm going to start creating the life I want instead, through magic, through, artistic ways, through magical words, through sigils. I'm not going to sit there and worry about something or feel bad about something that I can change. Okay, I can change that. I can change how I feel. I can change, what's, I can change what I'm attracting. I can magically change everything. So why am I focused on something I don't want in order to change it even worse? No. You change things to your favor, not the other way. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, if you don't know how to think for yourself, and I'm going to tell y'all, journal more, spend more time alone. This is the best thing I can tell you. If you can't think for yourself and you're not very creative and you can't come up with solutions or ideas, get away from whatever you're around and get by yourself for a little while. And the answers, the solutions, and your voice will begin to communicate with you, because a lot of things are just distractions. A lot of people are distractions. A lot of, I guess if you watch TV a lot or online a lot, are distractions. So you need to get alone just for a little while until you find your way. A lot of people don't realize this. The reason why they feel a certain way is because they've lost themselves and they haven't talked with themselves. They don't know who they are anymore. They don't know how they feel anymore because they're constantly being bombarded with information on how to feel, how to look, how to walk, how to talk, what to think. So that's why you have to disengage sometimes and remember who you are. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, what else do I have up here I was going to talk about? I have a giant tote bag of books, journals, magazines that I carry with me. It's like my giant bag of goodies. So when I'm waiting in the car to pick up my kids from school, I have like a giant bag of stuff to do instead of just scrolling on the phone or not doing anything or just thinking about something or thinking negative thoughts or whatever, or whatever. I just grab a book and I'm reading. Or I'll have my journal with me. I have a little stencil with me, and I'll just doodle, stencil, or I'll get a magazine out and see what pictures I can cut out for manifestations or my manifestation journal later. It's like, oh, this is nice. Okay. I like to use like a lot of nice magazines with like pictures of vacations, houses, interior, to kind of manifest what I like or what I want. So I like to pick up, and these magazines are free sometimes. Like, how they have those free magazines sitting in diners or in certain places. Grab some of those free magazines and use the pictures in there to manifest future vacations, homes, decor, or whatever. Because they're really good for that, especially if you can get a nice glossy one. I like to do that. And then I always have like a vial. So if I want to collect something like herbs, water, or something outside in nature or well, I have like a little vial to put it in, because you never know where you're going to be. Sometimes we'll go to a park and I'll find like a really pretty flower or some herbs or like some rocks or, something. If I go to the beach, I'll get some sand or some water. So you can probably get these on Amazon. They're just like a little twist off vial. I always keep something like that just in case I want to put something in there. I have an umbrella in here in case it rains, and then like something like a little baggie to put other stuff in if I want to collect something else. I don't know. But I always have a little bag with me just in case. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You always bring a book or a journal too. Yes. Thank you, Naughty Hottie. Like that name. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle for the super stick. I appreciate that. If you want a more pretty looking jar, you can transfer it to something like this type of bottle when you get home. So just have something in your possession that you can collect in, even if it's just a Ziploc bag, it doesn't matter. I like to also carry products to keep my skin good, like lotions, like this little like all over balm stick. So like in my spare time, beauty magic, glamour magic, all that kind of stuff. In my spare time, when I'm not reading, when I'm not journaling, and I'm just sitting here, I can moisturize. Look, I can moisturize my legs. Okay. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm moisturizing my legs. When you're watching TV, and you can use this in like your beauty ritual, like when you sit down, you can like speak words over your beauty products. Like I told you, store them with, store your beauty products or skincare products with certain stones or whatever. You can incorporate even a little bit of the essential oils that you want to into your regimen. And just instead of just sitting there doing nothing or just watching TV, use that time to multitask your beauty rituals. I mean, you can't manifest looking a certain way or maintaining your looks or looking better if you're not actively doing anything about it. So I always like to keep some lotion or one of these little balm sticks in my drawer, in the bathroom, maybe one in the living room. So everywhere I am, I have moisturization. If I just think about it, like, oh, maybe I should moisturize my skin. Maybe I should put some lotion on. Maybe I should put some shea butter or beauty balm on or whatever. And so if there's something in every room or in your purse, you'll have an excuse. You're just sitting there watching TV or talking online and or scrolling on your phone, and now your legs are super moisturized. And it only took you literally 2 minutes or 1 minute versus, oh, I'll do it later. Or, I have to make time for self-care. No, you got time. You're just not using it properly. You're not living in the moment. You're not creating magical ways to incorporate your glamour spells or your glamour manifestations or your beauty manifestations into your daily life. So subconsciously, if you're leaving things around to have access to, you're living in that moment because you can just grab it and start using it like I just did. Okay. And if you don't like stuff and clutter all around your house, put the stuff in the drawer or make sure it matches or hide it in some type of little box. Like put it in a little box. You know what I'm saying? Out of your out of your village, it's there. And so now I'm moisturized, glowing, and I feel better. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to do magic when you're stressed and things are chaotic. You don't. You do it when you don't need to do it. And I tell y'all this. The best time to do magic is when you don't need to do it. Because you're calm. You probably feel abundant because you're not in need for anything. Everything is peaceful because you're not in chaos mode. When you don't need to do magic, that's when you do it. Okay? It's sort of like when y'all, you don't wait till the last minute to do things. That's lack. Where's my, oh, yeah, we don't do things in lack. We do things in abundance so that we can get more abundance. So whatever you don't need the spell, do the spell. Because it's still going to work no matter when you do it, because it's working for when you actually want to do it and when you need to do it. Uh-oh, Indigo, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the Cash App. Oh, thank you. Oh, Johnny. Okay. Thank you, girl. So you don't do it when you, like, for example, some of y'all are asking about this freezing spell and love spells, and do it when you don't need it, man. Do it when he acting right. Do it when you do not need it at all. Okay? Do your money spell when you get paid. Don't do it when you need it. Do it when you don't need it. That's the magical way to live in that moment, because prepare. Do you plant seeds when you're hungry? No, you plant seeds before you get hungry. So by the time you are hungry, you have something to harvest. Okay? That's how you need to use magic, just like this. Okay. If you're in a chaotic mood, then cast a chaotic spell. If you're stressed and chaotic, then you cast a spell to create stress and chaotic energy to something that, I don't know, if you're doing some type of baneful magic, if you believe in that type of stuff. But, or you know what? They have these waters. You just put some water and you scream all your chaos, all your stress into that water. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Cork it up. And then if you live by a beach, use glass. Don't use no plastic, okay? Throw it in there. Or, if it's a biodegradable, some type of thing, yes, that's fine. But cast it away. Send it away from you. Okay? Because you need to get that out of you first. Then you go cast your spells or do your magic. If it takes you 5 bottles, just keep doing it. Because water holds energy. So you need to get rid of it. It needs somewhere else to go. And instead of spreading it around to other people who don't deserve it, put it in a water bottle. Even if it's just a plastic water bottle, you can pour that water out into the ocean if you don't want to litter, because I don't think people should be littering in the ocean anyway. So, Do that. If you practice baneful magic, save that water for spell casting to do something to someone else or whatever. Okay. Now I know y'all, a lot of y'all be doing what y'all like to do, how y'all like to do it, and I don't judge. But you can definitely get rid of it by doing that. Someone says you can also write it down and burn it. Anything, yes. Um, you can do whatever you want. It's all the same thing. You're getting it out and getting rid of it. Some people like water and fire magic. You want to use water magic? Use water magic. You want to use fire magic? Use fire magic. You want to throw it in the wind? Use air. You know, scream it out loud to the throw it in the air. You know, you want to use earth magic? Well, earth magic, if you bury it, it's kind of like burying a seed and it's growing. So you literally have to like put it inside something and like bind it up so that it can't be released. But I definitely recommend something else because water is more transmutive, like transformative. Let me say that. Water transforms and it goes so many different places and it transmutes itself. That's why I recommend the water thing. Fire too, but if you can't get around no fire, water is the next best thing to get rid of negative energy if you can't burn something, okay? If you like fire, get them candles lit, get the lighter, get the matches, and have fun. There's times I like to burn stuff too. And when my fire in the wintertime, when it like I have my fireplace going a lot, I burn a lot of stuff in there. But like when it's hot in summertime or you can't get, you can't get to the fire or you can't burn something because of where you are, use water. Okay. And get rid of it. Also, you can cleanse and purify the water if you add a little bit of sea salt to it. You can't, like, you just do the spell with the water to cleanse the water, to put good things into that water as a representation of yourself. So, for example, if you scream all your problems into a bottle of water, then you make sure it say this represents me, and then you add the good things to it to transmute that negativity, and then you shake it up and shake it all away. Okay, and then you've created and transmuted something better in its place. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do stuff. It's all in your mind and how you're thinking and how you're vibrating. So there's no right or wrong. It's just what you feel, how you think, and what's working for you. Okay. Also try to use common sense. Okay. Just use common sense too. That's gonna be your best friend. Also, like if y'all are into color magic or doing spells, get you some color pens or different color inks, or you can even use whatever, and use the color magic. Like, so if you're doing a money spell or something, you can write with green. If you're doing love, you do red or pink. If you're doing peace or something like protection or peace, you could do like black or blue. Just you study your color magic and what colors are for and whatever corresponds to what you're doing. You could write your intentions or spells or petitions or whatever with different color inks, and that's going to help you also. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said what? You buried them doom candles in the cemetery, Star Ruby? Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Um, I went the last time I went to a cemetery, I saw some stuff on a couple of graves that was like, I know they practicing magic. From a bunch of fruit, stuff cut open, like candles. I'm like, okay, what y'all doing over here? What's the name on here? Reading the names on the graves. But like you could if you go to certain cemeteries, like that's kind of off, not in the city area, but like in a little country area or a little country road, you'll see a lot of magic stuff in them cemeteries. Because I have. It's like, what is this? There's this cemetery by where I live. It's kind of famous in Texas. They have this thing called the witch's stone, and it's supposed to be a witch buried there. They had to like take this big sphere off of her grave because people kept going to the cemetery and like leaving a bunch of offerings and stuff like that. So they kind of like took the big sphere off of it so people can't recognize it. But if you walk around, you'll find it. So I live in it's like called the Magnolia Cemetery, and we found the grave. And you're supposed to leave an offering or something on there, and then you're supposed to read her grave epitome. Basically, what her grave tombstone says is like, one day you'll be here, so live your life, you know, blah 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 blah. So basically, she's telling you to live your life to the fullest and enjoy each moment because one day you're gonna be over here like me. And so people leave her offerings and stuff because it was said that she was a witch. And I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I have to get the book and read it because it's in one of my haunted Texas books. But I live near it and we visit that cemetery often. And I see a lot of magic being done in that cemetery because it's an old cemetery from like the 1800s. And so you have a lot of old graves. And then on the other side, there's new graves. So you have like and then this giant oak tree in the middle that separates the old part of the cemetery and the new part of the cemetery. So you kind of have that yin yang energy of old and young um, going on there. So it's a really good cemetery to walk around in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, elements, tandem elements, crystals. Thank you. No question, just tipping and appreciate. I appreciate that. Thank you, and thank you also, Hallie Cherry. Instead of writing, can we speak? Yes, you don't have to write anything. You can speak it, think it, or whatever. I like to have a written record of stuff, or like if you just feel like you want to get something out and you don't want to tell a bunch of people, or you're not, you just want to read it later, then that's why a lot of people write stuff or journal it. Or if they just want to, it's like writing literally gets it out of you sometimes because you're able to express yourself verbally on paper. So it also is a way to relieve sometimes. Mhm. Thank you, Dami. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. But you can use mental as much as you want to. But some people like to get it out. And when you like to get stuff out, or when you like to remember something, or when you like to make records of something, it's good to write it if you're not going to dispose of it too. You said graveyard dirt. Yeah. A lot of people can collect, like when let's say you're going, like, let's just say, okay, I want to take a walk, but I want to take a magical walk. This is another way to live in your moment magically. If you want to take a magical walk, go to a magical place where you can collect magical items. Don't just walk on the sidewalk um, of cement. Go to a park, a little forest wooded area. You can go to a cemetery to take your walk, or wherever it is you think you're going to find magical things or can collect magical things. You can walk next to a stream or whatever. So instead of just walking around your neighborhood or apartments or wherever you live, yeah, the beach, Nikki, you go walk on the beach. Um, or instead of walking on a treadmill, go find a magical location and take a walk there, because that's what I used to do. Or if you have a backyard, you can go walk around your own yard if you make your backyard magical. But if you wanted to get away, go to a magical place instead of like cement or the gym. You know what I'm saying? There's a beautiful nature reserve park kind of close to where I live, and I go there, and I always find beautiful items that I collect. Sometimes I found, like, you can find pine cones, stones, like beautiful like branches that fall off trees that you can decorate or make stuff with or whatever. Um, just little acorns, like, especially in the fall, leaves. Go to the beach, of course, you could get seashells, sand, beach water, ocean water, seaweed. If you like to incorporate herbs or dried seaweed in some of your spell work, whatever. So take magical walks in magical places versus boring cemented or treadmills. Go to magical places. And also, you're going to enjoy your walk more. You won't even realize you're getting exercise because you're on a magical journey. If you like to film, like, if you have your phone with you, you can listen to, like, if it's like noisy, you can listen to some ambient music, or you can film the nature and like look at it later when you get home if you want to. Oh, Dommy, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. I appreciate that. You said you have super old stone walls with trails that go a mile into the woods. It's super majestic feeling to go walk there. Ooh, Hannah, that sounds nice. Yeah, if I had something like that near where I lived, I'd walk there too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'd probably film there. Be taking selfies and stuff. So yes, I would. Okay, here's another little for ladies or gentlemen, if you got clear. If you take a lip gloss and let's say you have like some oil, enchanting oil, or some type of oil that you've created to do something, speak, speak power or whatever you made your oil to do, attract or whatever. You take your oil, you get a little dropper, and you put it into your lip gloss. My hands are kind of okay. I was putting on that moisturizer. So you take the oil and you like get a little dropper and you mix it into your lip gloss. So if you want to do some like attraction, enchantment, whatever oil, you put in your lip gloss, and then every time you put it on, I'm not gonna put it on, and when you speak, that's what you're going to be putting out into the universe or to other people around you. So you can put a little bit, and if you don't like the smell or the taste of fragrance, just do a clear oil. You can use coconut oil, you can use grapeseed oil, and don't put anything that smells in it. You can just use other things like herbs, or charge it with a crystal or a stone or something like that, or just with your own voice and whatnot. Okay, thank you, Rose OQ Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you so much for reminding me about my true power using only my words. I stood up to my toxic relatives who are none more than exploitive, but without losing my cool. It's all patriarchy program in the end. Thank you, Rose. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, I'm so glad and proud of you. I'm glad that you did that. Very proud of you, because that takes a lot of guts, especially when you have been feeling like you don't have a voice or that you can't do what you want. So I think more women should learn from your example to do the same if they're in a similar situation. So proud. Good luck and keep going, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. And if you don't make your own oils and things like that, and you just buy them from other people that make the oils, that works too. But definitely incorporate a lot of your magic into everyday things. And so you don't have to think about it after a long time. After a long time, you got your rose water spray, you got your enchanted lip gloss, you have your jewelry box awaiting gifts of jewels. You know, you have your tea that anticipates, the return of your favorite show or one of your favorite shows, and you're experiencing it all at the same time. You have your enchanted cosmetics that's going to make you look better because they're part of your glamour magic because you've already charged them with crystals of your incantation or whatever it is. You have your beautiful compact mirror that definitely brings money to you in the way that you want it to come, or one of the ways. And so everything after a while, when you start to look around, everything is magical because you've created your magical best life. Thank you, Steph. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, I'm fantastic. I appreciate that. You're fantastic too. Thank you, Hannah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate that. So for every little thing that you see, eventually it's going to be part of your magic. Everything. And then you're like, I have this sitting here. Just random. This is my mint from my garden and my rosebuds from my garden. I could easily just steep this and make it a tea, or I can use it for aromatherapy. I can use it in spell work. Whenever I need it, I already have it. I don't have to scramble for it. I can get it out of my own garden. It's already dried. So if I'm feeling like, okay, well, if I'm feeling like a little extra, if I'm making a candle, I can use this. So I always like to have my own ingredients. And then I remember I grew these. If it weren't for me, these wouldn't even be here. I grew them from the ground. I nurtured them. I watered them. I tended to them. I harvested them. That's literally my energy in those herbs. So when I use them, they're even more powerful to my manifestation. Oh, Donnie, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for helping us all. Can you advise only magic how to study faster? You work full time and study at university. I'm super tired. Too tired to study. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so I've never had to juggle something like that. And I'm sorry that you do. I've never had to juggle that. And if I did, I had a really good memory. So the best thing I could suggest is multitask. Multitask. Take your stuff with you to study when you work. Okay. Take your stuff to work. Whatever you can get away with doing at work and get paid for it, that's what you do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go take on your lunch break, study. On your long bathroom break, study. You get it? Okay. On the time it takes you to do a task that you already finished a long time ago that you're still doing, study. Take your stuff to work if you can. Put it in your phone what you need to study. Whip it out at work and study while you're at work. How do you manifest a car when you need it? When can we see some of our manifestation? I manifested a car before I needed it. I don't ever manifest things when I need it because it's out of lack. So you need to manifest when you don't need things. So instead, if you already have a car and it's not like a major thing that you need, but you just want it, then be happy for the car that you have. I don't know, do you have a car? Whatever you have at the moment, if it's a bike, if it's some shoes that takes you from here to there, Be grateful for whatever you have that transports you. And then when you are at your happiest and when you are fully satisfied with what you have currently, then you manifest your car. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you said you only okay, be thankful for Uber then, girl. When you don't okay, when you're thankful for Uber, when you are like, you know what, I love taking Uber. I don't have to drive. I don't have to think about all the good stuff about taking Uber. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to worry about tickets. I ain't got to put no gas in the car. Think about all, I don't have to pay no insurance. Think about all those things that you're going to have to do when you get a car. And think about how grateful you are that you have the time and the energy to use doing something else while you're on that ride. Like you could be studying, reading a book, listening to my video. You could be enjoying not having to sit in stressful traffic. So once you get to the point of you actually enjoying Ubering, then you manifest your car. Okay. Because you got to be happy with what you already got. You got to be vibrating on a high level. And so then you're going to be like, I do enjoy Ubering. I get to read in the back, or I don't have to pump gas. I don't have to worry about traffic because I'm just being chauffeured around like a princess. Then you say, but I wonder what it would be like if I had a car of my own. Then start cutting out pictures or screenshotting pictures of the car that you like. Then go to the dealership, test drive it, do all these kind of things, post it up online, talking about, look at my new car, even though you don't have it yet. And then eventually it's going to find its way to you some type of way. But you need to have avenues for the abundance to arrive to you. Okay. Do you have a Cash App? Do you have PayPal? Do you have ways for that money to get to you? Do you have bank accounts? Are you able to get bonuses at work? Are you going places where you can meet people with money? So you have to surround yourself with the avenues for it to come into. Thank you, Hannah. How to listen to intuition, giving your next steps. Listen to yourself. You got to learn how to trust yourself. If you're in this world and you can't even trust yourself, you can't trust anybody else. So you got to learn how to trust yourself by making better decisions, by doing the research, and then by sitting still and seeing how you feel about something, and then going with that and combining it all together. Okay? Then start to listen to yourself first rather than other people. Oh, Semi Raw, sprinkle, sprinkle. This has actually helped me with everything else I am needing right now. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. So, yes, you have to trust yourself. So many people don't trust themselves, and their intuition is not able to work as good as it should because you don't trust yourself. If you want to see a good example of people who trust themselves, a lot of people will say that they're crazy. A lot of people will say that, especially if they verbalize it. A lot of people will say they're crazy or conceited or delusional, but they trust themselves that much to speak whatever they're speaking about as if it's real, as if it's supposed to be, as if I don't understand why you can't see what I see. You know what I'm saying? So using your intuition, verbalizing it, and letting yourself know if you don't like to tell everybody your business, speak to yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself, start being able to feel that feeling that arises when you know something is right, when you know something is off. Start to recognize your own feelings when things happen? Like when a certain person walks in the room, how do you feel in that instant? Do they make you happy? Are you a little bit upset? Are you do you want to leave the room when they walk in? Instead of masking how you feel about a certain situation, own it. So for example, when someone walks in the room that and if I'm excited to see them, everything lights up. My frequency certainly suddenly rises. Somebody that I don't really like or that I'm not sure of or that I'm not, trusting of, when they walk into the room, you tense up. Listen to those things. Even if you don't know the person, your body and your frequency knows them before you do. So if someone walks in the room and you tense up, instead of, oh, look at this new person, that they could be a good person or whatever. But if you automatically tense up, that's a red flag. So pay attention. If you're relaxed and you're, smiling and a new person walks into the room, you don't feel that tense feeling and you just feel like, light or whatever, then you know that that's a person that probably doesn't have a red flag, at least not yet. So pay attention how you react to other people or to situations or to news. Like if you want to see if you really like a person or not, when they give you good news, how do you feel about it? If your friend or someone or a colleague or someone walked into the room and they said, "Oh my gosh, guess what? I won this," or "this great thing happened to me." If you don't feel happy for them in that moment, if you feel a tinge of jealousy, anger, or that's not you don't really like that person. You might envy them. You might want to be around them because you like how they operate. You might, acknowledge them because maybe they are what you aspire to be. But are you truly happy for them? Do you really want the best for them? Are you celebrating with them or are you secretly upset? So you need to learn how to listen to yourself and how you respond to the people and the environment around you. That's how you grow your intuition, by paying close attention. So, and you can then, once you're able to do that for yourself, oh my gosh, you can pick up on other people so much easier because you recognize everything because you've experienced it. So you can tell when someone's not for your best interest. You can tell if someone is not trustworthy. You can tell when someone is decent because now you've experienced your own intuition and your heightened awareness by paying closer attention to things that you weren't paying attention to earlier. Now you can see it in everyone and it gets easier. This is why parents can always tell when their children are hanging around people that aren't their real friends, or, that person is not going to be around for very long. They can see it because they've lived long enough, experienced things long enough. Their intuition is stronger because of, them paying closer attention to their life and the people that they've interacted with. And now they see it in everything else. And especially if you want to protect that person, that child, your spidey senses or your maternal instinct is going to be even more aware, and you're going to be able to see it even more. You're going to see it even more, especially if you're a mother. So start to pay attention to things, but don't take offense to it. Observe. Like some people, when they start on the journey to, build their intuition, they get attitudes towards everything because they can't control their emotions yet. So instead of developing an attitude for something, observe. Take mental notes. Observe. Okay. A lot of people cannot just observe without getting upset. And that's one of the things that get in the way of developing your intuition even further. Because if you react to something, you're not going to see what else they're going to do. You're not going to see, more into what you are seeing. So you have to just watch. Maybe like think to yourself, whatever the thoughts you want to say, think them to yourself. This such and such is thinks I'm done. I'm gonna see how far they going, just so I can learn them. And so I can see in other people what I've observed today. I can see the red flags. And so you be quiet and you listen, observe, and learn because they're going to teach you exactly who they are. But if you interrupt them, you're not going to get to learn. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hmm. You realize this over the weekend when your kid and I were at the pool while she was interacting with other kids, just sat and observed. Yes. You said you just put in your bath water to enchant your body? Crystals? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like making I like making my spaces magical too. So if you have a nice bathroom or a bathtub, that should be one of your magical places. Okay. So this will give you a little project to do if your bathtub is just plain and blah. Surround yourself with magical items in your bathtub because you can use water and do the water magic and while you're bathing, cleanse and all this kind of stuff. So I have seashells, sea salt, and I have beautiful containers that I put it in that I create out of like recycled jars. I get little paint and some gold glitter, and I glue seashells all over stuff to make it look like some, magical mermaid haven. And it's fun, and it's something to do in your spare time. And then once you've gotten all your beautiful things around your bathtub, you got some candles or whatever, you know, then you're excited to take a bath or do self-care or even a spiritual bath. You're excited. You're excited to do your magic. You're excited to light those candles and get in that, um, you know, water. Or excited to do your, spiritual bath or whatever you're doing to make your, I don't know, whatever you're doing, manifestation, whatever. So if you don't like seashells, you could do crystals and candles and herbs and all this kind of stuff, whatever. Make it look like an apothecary or something. Or if you like flowers and fairies or whatnot, you could just have beautiful dried flowers, petals, like statues of little cute fairies or crystals and stones everywhere, whatever floats your boat. I think I like the more water themed bath situation. So I like to use seashells. But anything is possible. Like you could be like like you could make it look like a forest by having like some fake greenery or some real greenery and make it look like a little lake or pond in the forest and do like y'all and some of y'all are into that mushroom decor or like cottage core stuff. So whatever it is that makes y'all feel like more magical, that's how you should do your bathroom or your bathtub at least. You don't have a bathtub, and maybe you can just like, put like some hanging herbs and put some crystals around your shower or something like that. Alice in Wonderland, like something real whimsical. Yeah, that's pretty. And it'll make you want to spend more time doing those things for yourself too. Makes everything more magical. So instead of saying, "Oh, I gotta take a bath," or "Oh, I gotta take a shower," "I gotta go home and take it," it's like you get excited. Oh, I get to take a shower. Oh, let me put some of this sea salt in there. Let me light this candle. Let me put on this ambiance. Let me put this essential oil in here. And now after your bath, you're like all vibrating high. You have all these creative ideas. You feel your best. Your confidence is lifted. You're not thinking about the issues anymore because you're just this magical person taking this bath and experiencing the moment and living, your magic. It's no longer the boring, mundane thing that people experience. You said brew a tea bag of tea petals and pour that into the bath. Yes. Tandem elements. Um, Yeah, because you know, sometimes I used to put like a bunch of petals, like loose petals and stuff in my bathtub, and sometimes that can clog up your drain or it's hard to clean out. So tea bags, like you can buy those little fabric baths or cheesecloth and put your herbs in there or steep them and then just pour the water in there, like you said. But I have like a lavender tea bag, like a big giant one that you can just put a bunch of lavender in and sew up cheesecloth, and you just put it in your bathtub under the water, and it's like a tea in your bath, and it smells so good. I'm like just aromatherapy. And whatever drink you want to drink, whether it's tea, wine, champagne, or whatever you're drinking, enjoy that because you don't get that time back. And if you can enjoy your life to the fullest just by cleaning yourself or taking a bath, why not? Why not multitask and enjoy every moment that you can? So just look up when you get to Amazon, like I have all of my Amazon links. Just look up when you get there, just you can type it in, just look up, herbal tea baths or make them yourself. Like I got a big old bag of lavender, get you some cheesecloth and a string if you don't, if you're not going to sew it up. See all this lavender? Get you a cheesecloth and a string and just bunch it up and tie the string really tight. And there you go. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay. If you don't have a bathtub, you can do the same thing if you hang that cheesecloth in front of your shower head. I've seen some people do some weird stuff, like they got like stocking caps and they put the herbs in there and then they like tie it around the shower head so that the shower has to go through the herbs and then it comes out through with the stocking cap or the wig cap or whatever. And it's like giving all this aromatherapy too, but I don't know if that's going to work for everybody's shower head. What is cheesecloth? It's like a cloth that they use to drain cheese when I used to make cheese, but you use it. It's like little holes in it for enough for water to escape, and you just look it up on Amazon. It's called cheesecloth. They use it a lot in cooking or making teas. hmm They use it a lot to drain stuff with. It's like a fabric to drain things with. Muslin cloth. Thank you, Aaliyah. Aaliyah? Muslin cloth or cheesecloth, yes. Organic cotton cloth with loose weave. You use it to strain out liquid, yes. Coffee filter, but that's gonna tear if it's paper. Unless you have one of those plastic K cups that are recyclable, you can use those too. If you don't want to buy anything and you just want to use something you already got around your house. If you have one of those reusable K cups for your coffee pot, just put the herbs in there, clamp it closed, and store it in your bath. And only use it for your bath from that moment on because you don't want to cross contaminate. Okay, so they sell them at the Dollar Tree, I think, or any grocery store where they sell K cups and coffee. You can go get the little refillable K cup that you can put your own coffee grounds in, but instead you put your herbs that you want to put in your bathtub, clamp it closed, and then throw it in the bath. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you don't like, crafting your own like little bags and tying strings and stuff, if that's too much for you, and you're just like, okay, I need something a little bit more, you know, quick, get you a little K cup, refillable K cup. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, the little jewelry mesh bags, the little organza mesh bags are good too. Yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Someone said gauze. But anyway, y'all get the idea. Oh, the next thing I was going to tell y'all, write a letter. Okay. Magical ways to live in the moment. Somebody send me a cash app. Write a letter to yourself, to other people, to someone you're thinking about. You don't ever have to send it if you don't want to, and you can if you want. Thank you, Elisa. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. So even, or you can just write it and send it to them in the future, maybe like around the holidays. Thank you, Miss Alicia. So for example, if you're thinking about someone, and you just write them a letter, you can send it off or wait till the next holiday and send it with a card, you know? And that's another way of following your intuition too, and living magically in the moment, because there's a reason you're thinking about that person. There's a reason you're writing that letter. And I've done this. And then I just sent the letter. Like, okay, I was just thinking about you and I want to send you, it can even be a small card. It doesn't have to be a whole drawn out letter. You could just send a thinking of you card. And then when that person receives it, they're like, you know what? I was thinking of you too. Or, I was having a tough time and then I got this letter in the mail and it really helped me. And, or, it made me feel better, made my day better. So sometimes when you're thinking about a person, now, I'm not talking about no man and being a pygmisha in that, but like a family member, a friend, somebody you used to work with, maybe somebody that you will always remember or whatever. And you just all of a sudden start thinking about them. Write them a letter if you have their address to send it to, or send them an email. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have their address. But I always like handwritten letters because they're more special, and it's literally like receiving a gift. And it's the time someone takes to write to you that makes you feel like you matter and that you're important. So it can literally lift someone's day, or it can literally help someone when they were feeling a certain type of way. So writing a letter to yourself, if no one is there to encourage you, if you don't feel inspiration, if you are feeling a certain type of way, write a letter to yourself to cheer yourself up, or write a letter to yourself to remind you who you are. Write a letter to yourself about how proud you are of yourself. If you don't have a strong support system around you. And then when you need to read it, open it up and read it, Sprinkle, sprinkle. The issue is being consistent in the spiritual baths. They are helpful. That's one thing that I don't feel like when you're spiritual that you should do, is be consistent in anything. You should incorporate things into your life in order to enjoy. Your spirituality should not become another stress factor. So this is why I say prepare items so that you can literally just enjoy them. So if you have problems consistently doing spiritual baths, create a bunch of spiritual baths in a bottle at the same time. Keep them in the refrigerator. Or if you have some type of preservative to put in there, like some vodka or a little bit of alcohol or whatever, to keep them fresh from, getting rancid or whatnot. And you can keep it wherever you want. But make a big batch of it. That way you ain't got to keep doing it. Be prepared. And you'll never have to feel obligated or stressed to do your spiritual work because you have everything on hand. When you don't need it, that's when you prepare. When you're sitting there bored, that's when you prepare it. When you prepare a lot of it so you don't have to keep doing it. Keep an abundance of everything. That way you're also attracting abundance. If you have everything in abundance, you're going to attract more abundance. You won't feel pressured to do things. You're not going to scramble to do things. You're not going to do things out of lack. Your spirituality is not going to feel like a burden. How you practice magic is not going to feel like a burden if you're abundantly surrounded with things that you need to use because you multitask or you prepared ahead of time so that nothing is a burden. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you don't have a bar of soap, you can dig a hole in the bottom of soap big enough to insert a small crystal of choice. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the tip, Miss Lennon. Okay. How do you believe that you are worthy of your desired reality? If you're here, if you're born and you breathe air in and out, you're worthy of whatever it is that you desire. If you're here, that means you have a chance. That means in somebody's eyes or in someone's frequency, you're worthy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here if you weren't worthy. Think about this. If you were an employer and you said, okay, all my employees, y'all all have a chance at getting a bonus or a raise. What y'all gonna do? They're all worthy. But who deserves it? Who feels like they deserve it to most to go get it? That's how you need to operate. How deserving do you feel in order to say that I am gonna have that? There's always those people who say, oh, that's mine. I'm getting it. There's a couple of people that say, no, I'm getting it. No, I deserve it. And then there's those people who feel like, oh, I'm not even going to try. What is the difference between those type of people? That's the answer right there. What you're willing to do, how far you're willing to go, and what you're willing to create in order to have it. It's all up here. So I deserve whatever I feel like I deserve. That's for me. Okay, now think about this. Even if you don't get the promotion or the bonus or the raise, what if that amount of money that you were going to get comes in another way? Just because you felt like you deserved more. Now think about this. You might not get the intended desire, but you will still get something equal or better if you feel like it's for you or you're supposed to be on that frequency. So for example, if I feel like, okay, well, I deserve this. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Oh, but I got something else worth the same or more. You see? Oh, Kira, sprinkle, sprinkle, because I'm still feeling that I deserve it, or that I want it, or that it's supposed to be mine, or that it's already mine. You see? So whatever word you're using, deserve, it's mine, I already have it. That's what your mindset should be. It should not be it shouldn't question itself if it deserves something or not. It should either know, you should just know. Okay, you should just know. Is yes or no? The answer should be yes for whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. Yes, yes, yes. It's an attitude, literally. It's a mindset and it's an attitude. I'm supposed to have that. I'm supposed to be this. There's nothing else I'm supposed to be. Unless it's better than this, and I'm on my way there. And you got to have that attitude with it. It's all about that attitude. Oh, Jess, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. I'm supposed to be exactly where I am and supposed to be going exactly where I want to be going. And it's all beneficial. That's the mindset. It's all beneficial to me and those that I love. Period. I'm supposed to go exactly where I'm going. I'm supposed to benefit from all of it, and so do the ones that I love. They're all supposed to benefit. And those that learn from me and follow that are also benefiting too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So it's all in your mind. Thank you, Just Jess. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So speak what you want. Don't speak against yourself. Don't think that you're not supposed to have something. Speak what you want. Speak what is. Speak what you see yourself doing. I'm not ever going to speak negative words over myself because that's just dumb. Okay? If you already have a lot of people that don't feel like you deserve something or that you should have something, get away from them. That's not who you're supposed to be around anyway. Or don't tell them about it. Move in silence, ma'am. Thank you. Mhm. So I would never go anywhere unprepared. I'm always going to be prepared because I don't like suffering, or I don't want to suffer, and I don't plan to suffer, and I don't. Yeah. So I'm always prepared wherever I go. If you are not prepared before you step, you can't complain for the consequences. Okay. Keep that in your mind always. If you are not prepared before you step into anything or any direction, don't complain. Prepare. Always prepare because you have the time and the energy to do so. When you move quick and fast and reckless, you have to pay those consequences if they should arrive. They might not arrive, but if they should arrive, you still got to deal with that. But if you're prepared for everything that is, presented to you, it's no longer an obstacle if you're prepared to deal with it. Okay? So just know that. Any tips for living with a man and looking put together while also studying? Girl, just look good and get some bougie pajamas. Get you some silk bougie pajamas and some bougie house slippers. Okay. Throw out all the ratty t-shirts and sweatpants that you use around the house. And that's how you look put together. Matching sets of bougie pajamas. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're cheap online. You can buy them anywhere. Thank you, Grace. Received a DM from a guy you traveled with. Okay, this is a star goddess, ma'am. You don't reply, make him chase, ma'am. If you got to chase a man, then you're doing everything wrong. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. If he's already gotten what he's wanted, then there's no reason for him to chase anymore. And I'm not saying he got what he wanted. I'm just saying if he got the experience or the time or the energy that he wanted, there's no need for him to chase you. Okay, so that's for my other channel. Can y'all please just stick to this channel? Thank you. You see, that's why I put the name up here. Appreciate it. Okay. You've been feeling anxious about media attention and you've been knowing how it can be used by media giants. How do you feel about it? I don't really care. My true intention was never to be famous. My true intention was always to have money. Okay. My true intention was to get money the easiest way I knew how. I don't put in a lot of work. And the most work I put in is just going live. Okay. I don't even have to, I'm telling you, I don't have TikTok. Other people are doing those edits. I don't have that. I don't sit through my own videos and take screenshots and cut. And I don't do that. Other people do it for me. And then I just take it and put it on my Instagram. Okay. Other people spread that. I don't do it. So, because fame was never my intention. You see? So I don't care about all that stuff because it was never an issue. The only thing that I care about is me, my children, and the family. And helping women and doing the things that I love. If fame comes with that, or if media attention comes with that, so be it. I didn't seek it out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, but I did manifest for money and success to come to me through the easiest way possible. Okay. So, hey. Oh, Tiana, sprinkle, sprinkle. How to deal with feeling frustrated when trying to create and it doesn't go your way, or what, or the way you thought. Um, I don't feel frustrated because I don't have any type of expectation of something to go my way. I feel like if I feel like this. It's just gonna be what I want it to be anyway. And if it doesn't go my way, oh well, on to the next. I have other manifestations that are manifesting. I have other things that are going my way. So I focus on those. I don't care about everything going my way. I care about whatever is going my way. I'm grateful for it. Yes, that went my way. Okay, that didn't go my way. Oh well, I don't care. I have other things going my way all the time. So have several things going your way instead of focusing on one thing. Because if you only focus on one thing and it doesn't go your way, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to put all your eggs in one basket and be mad. Girl, spread your wings. Okay. That might have not went my way, but this went my way. This went my way. That's going my way. I'm not going to be frustrated. I'm going to be like, okay, well, maybe later, maybe never, but all these other things are happening for me, so I'm good. Focus on all the other things and do more than one thing. If you are just set on one thing happening for you, that's dumb, because you should be set on several things happening to you and one of them coming through. Been watching your videos since you were 16. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Living your dust-free life with money in the bank. Okay, Jessica, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Okay. Yes, have options. We can't narrow. Magic is not to narrow in and focus on one particular thing. That's not magic. Magic is allowing everything to work out in your favor. And if one or two things don't, oh well, look at all the other magical things that have happened. Okay. You're 20, keep debating to stay at home. Okay, I'm not going nowhere unless I have a lot of money in my bank or somebody to fully take care of me. I don't like to suffer. So if you're asking me, I'm not suffering. I need abundance wherever I go. I need to be taken care of. I need princess treatment wherever I end up. So that means I'm not going anywhere unprepared and have in lack. I'm gonna have to have everything I need before I step out of the door. Okay, because if you step out unprepared, you're gonna step right back in faster to where you was trying to leave from. Okay. Yeah, I don't suffer. I'm gonna stay until I have everything that I need or someone to supply everything that I need, because you're gonna be right back there. Okay, you're gonna be like, uh-uh. You better stay until you got everything you need in order to properly go. How to start off in a good mood. Um, well, if you set your alarm on your phone, put a nice song or a tune or your theme song that gets you started for the day. Or when you wake up, have a ritual that you do that puts you in a good mood. Like every morning when I wake up, I make up my bed and I put my pillows on there. That's my morning ritual because I like how my bed looks after it's made and it makes me feel happy. Um, Another ritual that I have in the morning is picking out an outfit that I like. I go in my closet and I'm like, oh, what do I want to wear today? And I have all these clothes. I can mix and match the purse. So those things make me happy because I like clothes. I like the way I decorated my room. So I use those little small things to make my day feel good. Then I go get my favorite drink or coffee or tea or whatever it is that I want. I put an ambiance on the big TV in the living room and I sit there and enjoy it, or I'll read a book. But I start off my day on purpose doing the things that I like, wearing the things that I like, okay? Listening to the music that I like, or the sounds or ambiance that I like. You said soft life. Yep, soft life. I ain't getting ready to suffer. But if you're quick, fast, and gotta get somewhere and get to go, I would suggest using music to get you in a good mood in the morning. Put your music on. Good songs, not no ratchet songs, not no songs that are gonna put you in a bad mood or make you not want to go where you have to go. Just find your theme music and make a playlist of, of songs that make you happy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you work. Elizabeth says she works with envy people who keep placing you in the supervisor's office. Don't think she likes me either. I have a meeting today. Should I say? I don't deal with people. I don't work because, and I know a lot of you'll have to deal with people. Just ignore them. Just stop talking to them. Just act like they don't exist. If you can. If you can avoid them in every way. If you have to deal with them, then act super fake to get the job done. But I know I don't work well with people telling me what to do. So I chose the life where I don't work for people, period. Okay? I don't work well with others because of those types of problems. If they're envious, if they're mad, if they're angry, if they want to get you in trouble, if they're your competition, I don't have time for that. I need to enjoy my life, ma'am. So I have to magically figure out how to live my best life without having to work, or to do what I love and still get paid. Okay, you got to solve the entire problem, not just one problem, because the next job you go to or the next person that gets hired, you're going to have the same problem. So find a way you don't have to work for other people. That's your big solution right there. Whatever you're working and doing for other people, you can do for yourself. Oh, Callie, sprinkle, sprinkle. You recently moved back with your parents. How do I keep a high vibe spiritually, space and frequency while in a smaller space? Um, Maybe just have less of the things that you use. Like keep a little shoebox of your spiritual items. Take them out when you need them, put them away when you don't need them. Incorporate your bath time into your spirituality, or your cooking if you cook at home, or what you watch on the television, or something like that. That way it doesn't seem like you're not able to practice your spirituality, because you're incorporating it into everyday things. Your tea or your coffee time, incorporate it into that, and it's literally unseen because it's small things. Okay, tasty tidbits, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're amazing, infinite blessing, goddess. Oh, thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Tasty tidbits with Latoya. Thank you. Okay, whatever you need to listen to get your mood going, that's what you listen to. It doesn't matter what type of music it is. Whatever works for you. Okay. You said, why do people come back into your life when you don't need them and need them doing good? To test to see if you've learned your lesson and to see how stupid you still are. To see if you're still dumb enough to deal with them. It's like, it's kind of like as soon as you start dating someone or you got a new boyfriend, here come the old one, here come the ex. To see how stupid you are and how much you've learned. Okay. Make sure you've learned a lot enough. You said it's all a test. It's, you know what? It's not even a test. It's just, are you dumb or not? Like, you don't even have to answer a question. It's not even a test. It's like let's see how stupid this person is. Okay, you don't even have to take a test. You just have to make a choice. How do you find your purpose in life? You don't look for it at all. You just keep living your best life and your purpose will appear. You do what makes you happy, like, especially if you have the time. If you don't have the time, do what makes you happy when you have the time. And eventually you're going to find your niche. It could take you a long time. Like, it could take you 20 years. It could take you 10 years. But as long as you're continuously doing what makes you happy in the time that you have, you're going to find it, because that's the path to it. So let's say you have to go to work. After work, do something that makes you happy. Let's say you have to go and like tend to whatever, activities or your kids or whatever. Do those things, but also incorporate the things that make you happy along with it. Don't separate everything. Stop separating things and combine it all together. So if you have to go to work, ride to work with your nicest outfit on, put the nice music on, make sure your car is clean. When you get there, if you have a desk job, make sure everything on your desk is nice and pretty, or that you like. Make sure you got your favorite pen. Make sure everything around you makes you happy, no matter where you are, so that problems that occur don't seem so bad. Make sure you're vibrating on your highest frequency wherever you're at. Okay. When you leave and go to lunch, eat something you really like, or bring your lunch and eat something that you really like that makes you smile. You're going to find your purpose just doing the small little things. So for example, let's say you bring your lunch from home and at work, and you have all your nice little things on your desk, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, I love how you decorate your office. Oh my gosh, I love how you make that lunch, or that is that homemade sushi over there? Oh my gosh, could you make some for me? I'll pay you." Just doing the things that you're good at and the things that you love can often create a new avenue from your mundane everyday life. Oh my gosh, what is that scent? Did you make that? Is that an oil? Can I get some? How much do you charge? Oh my gosh, I love those shoes. Where did you get them? You thrifted them? Oh my gosh, do you have a Poshmark? Do you sell other stuff on there? Can I get some? What's your Poshmark? Oh, you have such beautiful outfits and clothes. Oh, you sell style boxes on Poshmark? Really? Okay, I'm gonna buy some. Oh my gosh, what's that cup? It's so cute. You made that? What? You just glued a bunch of stuff on it? Can you make me one? Oh my gosh, I have a problem. Let me sit down and spill the tea. My Dusty said A, B, C, and D. Oh, really? What? You wrote a book? Where can I get it? On Amazon? Girl, I'm going to get it. Give me the link. When did you write a book? When you were sitting in the office supposed to be working? Sure did. You see, keep going. Do the things that make you happy. Incorporate them into stop separating everything. Your life is your life. Even when you own somebody else's clock, that's still your time. If you clocked in, that's still your time anyway. You just choosing to clock in and make it look legitimate. It's still your time. How to transmute ladies trying to scam for a lot. What? I don't even know what this fender bender. Stressed, evil. Oh, okay. Let me read this. Girl, they gonna always do the most. That's why you need to get the good insurance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. People be walking around, driving around, waiting so they can get some extra money. You should know this and be prepared. But the best thing you can do, this to me, I would do some candle work in this situation. Me, I get me some candles or a candle, write down how I want this to go. You already got the lady name. You got everything, all the info, ma'am. Right, do the candle. Reverse spell candle, reverse candle, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said that sometimes people be studying what your hobbies are to use against you. Well, they're misusing their energy when they can be using that energy to get their own money or their own success. You know what I mean? So if somebody's using and paying attention to your hobbies to use against you, you're still making money off of yours. That's not your problem. You get it? You're still thriving and living your best life while they're plotting, scheming, and using up all their good energy to focus on something negative or to focus on you. And what I'm saying is you're still going to thrive no matter what they're doing. You're still going to thrive because you're not distracted enough to pay attention to what other people are doing because of whatever reason. You're still going to thrive. You're going to thrive so much that whatever they're doing is not even going to matter. Okay? Stop caring about what other people are doing. That's one of the biggest problems that most people that practice magic have. This is why I'm telling y'all, if y'all going to practice magic or y'all going to manifest, you can't care what other people think either. If you're as magical and as powerful as you say you are, none of that stuff gonna matter anyway. Yeah, and I don't take anything personally. It's not my fault that you are who you are. So I'm not gonna take it personally. That's why I say don't take things personally. Stop being over emotional. Stop, stop having high expectations for people you barely know. And put all that energy back into yourself and back into what you're doing and what you're trying to create. And get there a lot faster, I promise you. Think about this. Okay, let's say I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna say it. Thank you for the stencil idea. Needed that. Potentials are about to get scheduled up. Okay, Aries out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Okay. Think about this. You have something to do. You either have an audience, you're doing it by yourself. Now, let's say you have an audience. You're going to be more nervous. You're going to be more self-conscious. You're going to be like, oh my God, what are these people going to do? What if I mess up? What if they're saying this? Well, somebody's booing from the bleachers. Okay. You're not going to be as concentrated on what you're doing. Okay. Let's say you're walking a tightrope. If you got people screaming and booing and telling you ain't nothing, you ain't all that, you're going to fall. You're more likely to imagine all those scenarios in your head, and it's going to take you off your focus, and then you're going to be distracted from the task at hand. So you could. But if there's no one there and you're in there by yourself walking that tightrope and there's no negative things being spewed out, there's no people saying she ain't going to make it, she ain't going to do it, you can't hear nothing, you're going to walk right across that little tightrope and get to the other side and be like, I'm done. And if you should record it and show everybody, then they can say something after you done made it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you don't tell everybody everything, and you don't listen to everybody because they don't know. Only you know. Only you know what you can do. They don't know. So think of magic that way. If you're constantly thinking about what everyone in them bleachers are thinking, you're not focused on the task at hand. All your frequency is spread out through every person in them bleachers. What do they think? What if they think this? Your focus is not even on your task. So how can you put all your energy into creating what you want? You can't because you're too busy worried about what? Everybody else. So stop doing that. You are the star. They sitting there watching you. So give them a show. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I all energy that I receive is automatically transmuted into beneficial energy and money. All energy that is sent my way is automatically transmuted into money or beneficial energy I can use. Write that down. When you start asking yourself, how do I keep this type of energy from, how do I train? That's what you do one time. Just say it one time or as many times as you need to. You only need to say it once. Any type of energy that is towards me is beneficial or is bringing me money. Beneficial to me in some way or is bringing me money. So whatever negativity someone is sending you, it don't even matter because you've already put up that filter through your spell work, through your incantation, through your speaking out loud, whatever. It's already a filter there, man. So whatever's coming through, what's coming out the other end is money and benefits, period. So you don't ever have to worry, ever. If you keep worrying, you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in the power of your own words. You don't believe in your own magic. I believe in my magic. I believe in my power. I already know. So I said what I said. That's the attitude you got to have. Not the worrying attitude, not what they saying, not the negative. All that stuff is being filtered into my bank account, into some money. It's like spiritually laundering negativity. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's going straight to the bank. If you ever have a problem thinking about energy, think of money. That's the closest thing you're going to get to understanding how to create it and manifest things physically. So whatever people say, whatever people do, it's always going to equal more money and more benefits for you, no matter what it is. And you're going to be happy and living your best life all while receiving it and enjoying it. How many wigs I got? Girl, too many. More than I can count. Sprinkle, sprinkle. No, I have a lot. A lot of people send them to me. A lot of companies send them to me for free. Sometimes I buy them. Sorry, y'all. Part of the abundance that comes in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like 50 Cent said, going straight to the bank. Exactly. And you can't be afraid of who you are either. You can't dull yourself to make other people. That's why sometimes you gotta be alone. Because if you have to dull your shine every time you get around your friends or your family or something like that, you're literally dulling your frequency. So sometimes it's best to be alone. I mean, yes, you're going to have to be around people sometimes, but to vibrate on your highest and to attract the most and to do your best living and best magic, you can't be around negative people, or you can't be around people that you have to dull your shine for. So if you've ever experienced a person that likes to be alone a lot, that likes to be in their own environment a lot, it's because they can't be themselves around other people, or they're living their best life already without the company of certain people, you know. Oh, right. You're only uplifting person in your life. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, well, I'm glad I could be that voice for you. I appreciate that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Right. But now that voice needs to become the voice in your mind with your voice speaking it to yourself. You know, you got to speak that to yourself. Um, Uplift yourself. Is there a difference between being a witch or a high priestess? What words? It depends on what you use. What are you using the titles for? Are they for business purposes? Are they for self, you know, are they describing who you are and how you feel and how you operate? Like, what are the words for? That's how you know the difference. You know, if I don't need to make money off the title, then I'm just going to say I'm a magical person. I have, you know, or you could say you're a witch, or you could say you're a high priestess if you want to create some type of whatever. The high priestess is in the tarot deck. It's a spiritual, highly spiritual person with intuition. So what is the title for? Is it a description of yourself? Is it a way to make money? Is it how you feel your magic works? Is it more than magic? Is it intuition and magic? Like, what's the difference to you? Like, the titles mean something totally different. And witch means wise woman. So that could be all inclusive. Or it just means wise. It's all inclusive. You're wise, do you have intuition? Can you apply the wisdom? Is it Are you benefiting from the magic, the beliefs, the actions? Then yes. Did I come out with a workbook on Amazon? Do I look like I would have a workbook? Do y'all know who I am? I'm lazy. I don't have a workbook, ma'am. I don't even like workbooks. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I don't like workbooks. To me, it's like you're not smart enough to do your own work. To You're not smart enough or creative enough to come up with your own things. I believe each person has an individual way of thinking, and you need to use that creativity to form your own thinking and paths. I don't like guided things. The reason why is because it takes away your creativity. Because I've watched so many people get less and less creative because they've been guided too much. Sometimes you need to be free and think outside the box and just let things go where they're supposed to go naturally. So I would never have no workbook. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, if you want to focus in on something and just have one focus, like if you're like guided meditation, you're just focusing on meditating to get some money or wealth or abundance, great. But I'm not doing a workbook. I'm going to tell you what you need to know, and you go apply it how you need to apply it. I feel like it's good for some people. Okay. I think workbooks are good for some people that don't have their own structure, or they're not disciplined enough or creative enough on their own. But me being creative like I am, I despise those types of things only because I don't like doing what other people are telling me to do. Like, I might open up a journal, or I want to write something, and then I see a journal prompt that says write about this. Okay, that should be optional, and I'm gonna scratch it out and write about what I want anyway. So I believe in options and being free to do what you want. That's another reason why I don't do a lot of things that some people would do in my situation. Like I've had a lot of different opportunities that I've turned down because I don't have all the creative freedom. And I don't like I said, I don't like bosses. So I've turned a lot of stuff down to keep my freedom and my integrity in place to continue to be the version of me that I am. And that's cool because, you know, no one wants to be told what to do if they've lived so long for free, like free. You said, I bring that to the table. Girl, it's out there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's actually my number one selling book. Just type it in. I bring that to the table. SheRaSeven. It's on Amazon, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Boop, boop. Okay. What's your life path number? I don't know. What is it? The path I'm on. Thank you, Steph. Sure, as you say, I do what I want. Exactly. That is like if I could put that on a T-shirt because it was original. I didn't. That's not my original statement. But after you've been doing what you like to do on your own terms for so long, it's very hard to allow someone else to be in charge of that, or to suggest things, or to guide you in a certain. It's very hard because you don't like being told what to do. Yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you do what you want, wouldn't people leave you? I wouldn't care because if they don't want me to be happy and we're not all in the same alignment of, you know, what's best for all of us, then they can go. Okay. Like, why would you want people around you that's not for your best interest? Like, oh my gosh, you can't, I don't like that you're doing that. Well, then don't do it. Well, why are you doing that? Because I can. Well, why don't you can do what you want too. I don't care. People are free. Uh-oh, Jody, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said your water spell didn't work. Well, did you give it a timeline? Why would you put magic on a timeline? That doesn't make sense. Magic is beyond time. Thank you, Jody. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't put nothing on a timeline. Magic is not going to be the logical, timely thing. You can't put it on a timeline. In order to even feel like magic is going to work, you can't even really believe in time or limits. So what you've done is you put limits and time on a spell, which doesn't exist magically. You're very inspired. Wishing you more blessings. Thank you, Cindy Ross. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So your water spell hadn't worked yet. Why are you putting everything on a timeline? Why does it have to have why is there a deadline? Did you do a spell out of haste? Did you do a spell out of desperation? You should do it when you don't need it. That way, when it does need to happen, it's already in fruition. And it's faster to manifest when when it needs to occur, when it needs to work. Like you don't go get car insurance after you have an accident. It don't make no sense. What's your thoughts on surrogacy over natural? If there's a reason why you can't physically carry your own child if it's a medical reason because it will put yourself in danger, then it's fine for me and my mentality. If it's for vanity, I don't think it's a good idea because you're never going to have the type of bond that you could have on your own free will. So, and you're not going to share the same, what you call it, benefits, because when you're pregnant, the child, their stem cells, their DNA and yours and your blood, it all helps you heal in certain ways. There's things that you're absorbing and they're absorbing from you and you're absorbing from them that literally boost your immune system. And a connection, a spiritual connection, a physical connection, all those things. Like some women even have dreams or experiences where before their child's even born, they're communicating and talking with that child, or they can visualize that child. So it's literally a spiritual experience. If you can experience it healthily, I definitely recommend having your own child if you're able to, and if, and still be healthy. But if it's not, if you don't have an option and that's your only option to have a surrogate, then, probably bond with the surrogate mother is going to be more helpful at the same time. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like being pregnant changes you as a woman. Also, it's weird. It's like you just become. It's like the chemistry totally changes how you think. Your brain chemistry changes and everything. Like your senses increase to protect the child. It's weird, but it's a magical thing if you can experience. Mm-hmm. Do I think there's a spiritual reason for your ears ringing lately? Frequency, and also, if are you on any drugs or medications, or are you drinking a lot of caffeine? What are you taking into your body that could also be something to do with it? Do you reserve how to like? Oh, I don't even know what that. You're a reserve Virgo. It's exhausting. How to like H? Is that a Pisces? How to be like Pisces? Go with the flow. Like water goes with the flow, the path of least resistance. No matter where you put water, it's always going to end up back in the ocean. Get it? It's always on its mission. It's always going to get to where it's got to go, period, with no worry. Path of least resistance. That's how you'll be more like a Pisces. Stop caring about everything. It's all going to happen when it's supposed to. And, if you want it to happen a little faster, do what you got to do, but don't worry about it. Like, y'all know me and the guy. Y'all remember that song "Don't Worry, Be Happy" from the '80s by Bobby McFarlane? We have the same exact birthday. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. That's the motto. That's the Pisces. Who cares? Nobody. It's called. Don't worry, be happy. Stop worrying all the time. Stop trying to fix everything. Stop worrying about everything. Enjoy the moment. Think about this. There are some people that spend their entire life trying to fix stuff that don't even need to be fixed. trying to clean up stuff that's getting ready to get dirty again. You look back on your life, all you're going to be doing is complaining and cleaning and being upset and worried. You don't have no fun in between. So make everything magical and don't worry and be happy. Live in Delulu. That's what they say, right? Living in a delusion, you live there long enough, you're going to create it around you. You're going to start acting like the delusion is true. You're going to start incorporating things into your life as if the delusion is true. And before you know it, it will be true. Okay. Oh, what do you have there? Oh, this mirror I made. What is it? What does that say? Oh, men give me money. Everywhere I go, I get money everywhere I go. Ha ha, that's so funny. Does it work? Yep, we'll see. Years and years later. Yep, still working. Some people will say you're delusional for creating that, but it worked. Okay, just keep living in your delusion. Y'all see those people all on Instagram and on TikTok or whatever that live in their own little world, and all of us, their world starts growing. They have their own little aesthetic, and then all of a sudden, now all their clothes look like that. Their home looks like that. Their garden or their yard looks like that. All their outfits look like that. All the places that they're going has the same theme. Their friends start to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Now they're getting endorsement deals to wear stuff to look like they already look, except, someone else's brand. Now they're getting paid to be delusional. Now they're living in Delulu land and getting paid. You see, you create the life you want. You don't let people tell you what you can't do. You go do it. And other people will help you do it along the way who are doing something similar. You said, look what Lana Del Rey did. You see, you do whatever you want. You just make it true. You make it true. You don't listen to other people. You listen to you. And you're Delulu. I always think about the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when I think of Delulu. When you're delusional, none of his stuff made sense. But he still had the best-selling chocolate. And everybody wanted to see the factory. And he was still succeeding. Even though he was crazy and delusional, he made his own world, his own everything. It didn't even make sense. But he stayed paid. Okay. OBG Sprinkle Sprinkle, what do you think about having to use donor eggs? I think if you have issues in fertility, then if you want to have kids, do it the best way you can. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. If you're trying to have children, that's the goal. When you get them children, then nurture them the best. Spend the most time with them that you can. If you couldn't do the most in fertility, then make up for it in real life when they get here. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people just have kids, throw them in the nursery, and then go back to work for somebody and never get to experience real, bond and connection. So if you're having kids to throw them in a nursery, I'm saying this, you better find you somebody to pay for you to be a stay-at-home mom so that you can truly experience the most out of it, because you don't get that time back. Or at least work from home. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, if you're going to do all that to get them kids here, you might as well be able to spend some time with them. Why are you scared of the future? Because you don't see the future. See the future. Make a manifestation journal. That's the best way to see the future. Create it. Cut out magazine, pictures or write things in there that you want your future to look like. And that's what it's going to become. You plan it. Don't leave it up to whatever. Just start planning it. It's like you're going to, okay, think about this, like you're going on vacation. Let's say you're going abroad and you've never been out of the country before. Isn't it scary to think that you're going to a foreign country where you don't speak the language and you don't know the customs and you don't know this and you don't know that, right? It's kind of scary. You're kind of afraid. But if you do the research, if you plan your travels, you have your itinerary, you know where to go, you got a translator, you got all this stuff. You've watched all the YouTube videos of people traveling there. You know the places to go. You're going to be less afraid, right? You're going to be like, I got this. I know where to go. Taxi, Uber, whatever. Take me here. You don't know how to pronounce it and everything. It's the same thing as your future. You got a manifestation journal. Okay, this is where I want to be eventually. So in order to get here, I can't hang around no losers. In order to get here, I can't be doing no drugs. In order to get to this type of future, I can't be around no dust. So subconsciously, subliminally, you're going to veer away from things that aren't going to take you to where you're trying to get. You see? So I can't be hanging around with no dust because I ain't never going to have this mansion. By dust. Okay, your life will take a change for the better if you want better. If you create your own future on paper, or you can even do it on a Pinterest board. I don't care. It's better. It's better when you can like look at it in a book because you can take it wherever, even if you don't have no Wi-Fi or nothing, and it's hands-on and you're putting your energy into it. So write down your future. Manifest your future. You all know vision boards. It's the same thing. Manifestation journal. Put out them pictures, print them out, do whatever you got to do. Write down where you want to be, where you want to do, and if it doesn't include negative things, your future is going to take a positive turn. You're going to get there. If you don't have nothing written, we write our own lives. The rest is still unwritten. Write it down, manifest it. You're afraid because somebody else is going to write it if you don't. Okay? So get to manifesting, write your own future. Huh? Ain't no reason to be afraid. The only reason you're afraid because it's blank. I'm writing down what I want. I'm gluing down pictures of where I want to be, what I'm going to have. It's going to keep you off the path of dust. Okay? Because you're going to remember, like when you're in certain situations, you're going to remember, hey, my manifestation journal says I'm supposed to be, living this type of lifestyle. And this don't look like anything close to what I'm manifesting. So I need to get up out of here. I can't deal with this type of situation, or I'm not dealing with this type of person. So you're naturally going to be headed in the direction you're trying to go just by already, putting it down on paper. Okay. Thank you. Don't be afraid, just create it. How to cope with grief without losing your divinity. Understand two things. You are guaranteed. Two things you're guaranteed. And don't look at it as a loss. Look at it as something different. You got to change your perspective when you're grieving. You have to change your perspective. Especially if you know it was coming. You got to change your perspective on it. Everything is perspective, so change the perspective. Think about the other person. How would they want you to feel? Do they want you to be sad every day, or do they want you to be living your best life? Then you live that life in their honor. You get it? Change the perspective. SheRa said we have to manifest. I swear my life changed so much. Okay, Jilly. Yeah. Thank you, Shalunda. Shalunda. Thank you, girl, for being a member. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you say you do things because of your grandma. Rest her soul. Yes, Black Gal. Yes, because we have to. Because they, okay, think of whoever it is that may have passed, you have to live in their honor, because a lot of times people have sacrificed for you, have done things on your behalf so you could live your best life, and now it's your turn, so that they didn't do those things in vain. Oh, Naturalina, sprinkle, sprinkle. How to deal with disrespectful, jealous family members while leveling up? I don't. I just ignore people that aren't beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to get a mentality to where you need to surround yourself with like-minded people that are on the same journey and want the best for you, or you need to get by yourself, maybe isolate yourself somewhere in a room. If you have one close friend or something like that, just exchange with them, you know, and separate yourself from people that aren't for your best interest. You know, get your earbuds, put your earbuds in, don't listen to what people are saying, um, and just try to avoid as much as you can. That's all you can do. I'm not listening because I don't care enough. I'm like, that's your opinion, and it is not my job to care or listen to it. I'm gonna do what I want. Uh-oh, Hamulus, you lost your job and you feeling lost and depressed. Well, that's why you always make a job so you never lose one. Like, I believe in entrepreneurship. You will never have that feeling again if you create a job for yourself, which means start your own business or create a way to make money without needing an employer. Okay. Every time you get a new job, you should be working on a way to free yourself from it permanently eventually. Because a lot of people get caught up in the whole work thing, and they're always up and down. Does your sanity and your happiness depend on if somebody employs you or not? Get rid of that. You got to find your way out. There are people that don't work for anybody, sitting here hustling every day for themselves. And even though they may work a little bit more than someone works clocking in, they're free and they never have to worry. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I know, okay, there are people on Etsy who started off just making stuff like this. I mean, I made this myself, but there are people on Etsy that just start off by gluing some shells to like something they bought from the Dollar Tree, literally. Okay. Oh, God, it's wine red, sprinkle, sprinkle. And now, you know, they can make a living off of this and not answer to anyone. The worst thing they got to do in the morning is deal with customer service and messages in their inbox from orders that may not have shipped out on time. That's all they got to deal with. That's literally it. They don't have to answer to nobody. They don't have to do anything. You know, even if you provide a service, there are people out here slanging cards, making bank. Okay. How many times do you want me to shuffle? Okay. They do 3-4 readings a day. They ain't got the clock in nowhere. Period. Okay. Where'd my book go? Here's some other people. Okay. Okay, what? You want me to do some spell work for you? Okay, I'm gonna need their name. I'm gonna need this information. Okay. Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusai. Okay, whatnot. Okay. You know, I'm gonna mail it to you. How much? 150. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to work for other people. You can take it upon yourself. Take a giant leap of faith in yourself and go out and do it. Oh, I have a closet full of clothes. Okay, put them on Poshmark and sell them. There's too many ways to make money in order to clock in somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in going through the same thing over and over when you have the answers. Technology allows us to work for ourselves now, and we should really take advantage of that. Really, really, really. Look, some people I don't know if you have what it takes to get money instantly or get money fast, you need to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? There are some women out here who said, I'm tired of clocking in, I'm tired of being harassed. So they just go get harassed on the pole and get paid. Or they create things to where they don't have, and then while they're on the pole, they're like, you know what, I'm tired of being harassed on the pole. Let me start a business with all this cash I'm bringing in, right? Now all of a sudden they got online businesses, shops, or whatever, or teaching pole dance to people in a studio and getting super paid. What I'm not telling y'all to be strippers, but what I'm saying is there's always something that you have that you can get paid by knowing a service, a talent, a skill, a bunch of clothes in your closet. You can do hair. Can you do nails? Can you read cards? Anybody can learn how to read some cards. Anybody. All you got to know how to do is read, or at least read pictures. So Mary Rich. Make a job. Make a job. You see something that needs to be done, you go see if someone will pay you to do it. I've seen so many people go around the neighborhood. They rent a truck and they put a bunch of mulch in the back with some shovels, and they go knocking door to door. Can I put some mulch in your yard? How much? 120. Sure. Okay. By the time they're done, they've done 4 houses. How much money is that? Okay, we make a job. Stop depending on people. And then when you're tired of that job, make an easier way to get money. Create the life you want. There are people that can't get a job because they're undocumented. Do you know that those are the entrepreneurs that make a lot more money than some of these people? People that come in from different countries illegally, they just go and make a job. She's okay. Go make a job, ma'am. Make a job, sir. If they can make it, so can you. So I'm saying, get your money and figure out how to make it without them. Start you a manifestation journal for entrepreneurship. You said those are the real executives. Exactly. I'm not getting ready to work for anybody. I'm gonna work for myself. Whatever I learned how to do and whatever I'm good at doing, I can do it for myself and take all the money, not just a little piece. That's the difference. Like, you can work for somebody for 20 years and your savings will never get to where it could be if you work for yourself. Or if you make your money work for you, after a while, you don't have to do nothing. Right? Just marry rich. Work on yourself. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A guy he was talking to told you he's a provider and protector, and then said that he wants a working woman because it's hard to afford things on one income. Then tell him to get 2 jobs. Exactly. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He providing 2 jobs. Oh, J Buskin, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. J Buskin. Okay, you help people so much. You are a blessing to them. And just to share, I use magic to achieve $1 million. Okay, G Boo Skin Sprinkle Sprinkle. I'm so proud of you. It's possible. Thank you for the very generous donation. Yes. I think anyone can make it to millionaire status. Like, if I'm being honest, everybody can. And it's a very big feat. But when you use magic and you believe in yourself and you work for yourself, you can get there faster than you can get working for anybody else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you didn't have a big following, then how would you start a business? The same way I started it when I didn't have a big following. I started a following. I mean, I started my business before I had a following. Okay. The first business I ever had was making jewelry. And I started selling it on Etsy. Then I started making pendulums, sold them on Etsy. Then things with cards, and sold them on Etsy or through Facebook or Cash App or however we exchanged the money. Before I had a following, I was like, back when everybody was on Facebook and things like that. That's how I did it, and then it just started growing from there. And I started doing videos and consultations. And then I started my other channel, or, then started talking about those things. And it just all grew from literally my first reading that I ever sold doing tarot was $5. And I made jewelry and pendulums that sold from between 10 to 20 to $40. And then it just grew from there. I just kept going no matter what. I didn't stop no matter what. I just kept creating, kept doing more. Then I started to do spell work for people and spell videos, and it just kept growing from there. And then before I knew it, I didn't even have to do spell work anymore for other people. I didn't have to do readings anymore for other people. I just make the videos, talk, help other people by, teaching and doing these things. Having a Patreon to share a little bit of extra things, or, more of a, way to communicate with people without, with more privacy. That's different. And that also, is a way to, make money. So a lot of times what you start off with is not how you end up, but it's a stepping stone. So it's a stepping stone. You're not going to stay there. It's not going to be what you are going to be forever. It's just what you are at that time, So if you think about it, you start small and keep going. Oh, Jaboo Skin Sprinkle Sprinkle, your only advice to people is to believe in yourself and your manifestations. Don't doubt yourself and create your own world. I learned this from you. Oh, Jaboo Skin Sprinkle Sprinkle, thank you. Yes. Create your own world. I definitely believe that, because it's always like, when you see other people do it, it's possible for you. When you see other people, even if they make it there before you, that means it's even more possible. So even if it doesn't matter how slow or long it takes, as long as you're on that path and doing things your way, that when you arrive to wherever you're, it's always a journey, but whenever you arrive there, you can arrive there with no regrets. That's the best way. Okay. When you don't care what other people think, when you did that, that's beautiful, you know. It's magical, literally. Do you have an Amazon list for tarot and alchemy literature? Yes, it should be linked in the description bar. The first 3 or 4 links, it describe what each Amazon store is for, and you'll see it. Hmm. Would I buy tarot cards? They sell the same tarot cards everywhere. Like, you're probably going to find more of a variety on an online store than you would in a shop. Because the other day I was in a bookstore, and the variety of cards that they had, it was a lot, but it wasn't as much as they have online. So if you're looking for something more particular, probably best to find it online than just going to a store, unless you like just shopping in person and picking out whatever's there. If you're looking for something very specific, definitely go find online. Um, the last set of cards that I used was like Mermaid Tarot. Since I'm working with a lot of water energy and doing like seashell crafting, and have this like beachy, watery vibe, I pulled out my Mermaid Tarot. So I have like tarot. I also use different tarot or oracle cards, depending on the vibe that I'm on or the ambiance I'm trying to set and create. Because I know a lot of people that use tarot, they collect tarot cards, all different types of decks. And so, if you're feeling mermaidy or watery or like um, bust out your mermaid deck. Sprinkle, sprinkle. For fizzing, if you're feeling whimsical, find a deck that screams like whimsy. Uh-oh, you are my safe place, love you, SheRa. Uh-oh, thank you, Miss Hamalis. Maxie, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate that. I'm glad I can be that for you. You feel like I'm more than tarot. Tarot is just too. When I learned tarot, I'm going to tell y'all, there's more to tarot than just memorizing the meaning of a card. And those readers that know, they know. If you've practiced reading tarot for a long time, it's not just reading cards. Even if you just read for yourself, it's not just reading cards. There comes a wisdom and an intuition that comes with tarot, and lots of lessons and symbology, and also understanding people. "27 years reading, it's definitely not just reading cards." Exactly. It's like, especially why you read the cards. If you read cards for people and just tell them what they want to hear, that's different than reading the cards for what they're really saying. Because I know a lot of people, they're like, okay, I'm gonna read these cards and tell you what you want to hear so you can come back. But then there's readers that will tell you what you don't want to hear. And once you get to that level of reading where you're just telling people stuff that's really being revealed, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people say, read it again, or pull some more cards, or do this or do that. I'm like, I'm trying to read these cards. If you just want me to tell you what you want me to tell you, I don't need these cards. So that's the difference. People will get upset. "Oh, read it again." Well, this other reader said, the other reader wants you coming back. I don't care if you come back. That's the difference. When you can read cards and you don't need repeat customers, and you don't read cards to tell people what they want to hear, that's the type of reader you need. Because I don't need your money. Never did. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The reason why I did stuff was to do it. You said that's why you stopped doing your own readings. It was way too accurate. Exactly. Like, when you get somebody that don't need your money, but still gonna take it, that's who you need to listen to, because they're not gonna tell you what you want to hear. They're gonna tell you what the cards are saying, whether you like what it's saying or not. And whatever you do after that is up to you. Look, I don't need your money. Don't call me. I used to tell people, don't call me back. Delete this number. I don't need your money no more. Go find another reader. Then they would put double the money. I'm sorry. Okay. But you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. Reading tarot really taught me a lot about people. More than I would care to know. Mm-hmm. You said you got sick of being so accurate when you read cards? Together we are one. Oh, I like that name. Okay. You got sick of people? You got sick of being so accurate. And then they want you to read again after you already warned them that they didn't listen. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people think it's like something that is going to change. And you can get the same reading over and over, and if it's the same, it's going to be the same. Now, you got me. You want to break out your deck? I only read for myself now, or like me and my daughter will read each other's cards sometimes because I taught my youngest to read. She kind of taught herself, so we'll do it every once in a while for fun. But I don't read for other people anymore. How do you deal with friends that always want to one up you? You fool them. You do something you don't want to really do, and then you let them work on that while you do something different. You're like they competing for nothing because that's not even the goal. You tell them what you're trying to do and what you're working towards, and it's not really gonna be the truth. And so they're gonna be too busy trying to outdo you in something you ain't even doing. And then you go do what you gotta do, man. I really wouldn't hang around people like that. But if you want to, that's you kind of send them in the opposite direction. Like, girl, I'm finna go get this. I'm finna go get my hair dyed orange and be the next I Spice. Girl, I'm going to give you some cutoff shorts. Girl, she gonna show up next time you see her with an uh orange hairdo and some booty shorts on, and you're gonna be looking like Nicki Minaj. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Send them in the opposite direction. Post some fake teasers, like go to the beauty supply shop and dangle an orange wig in front of the camera. So, I'm about to get it. Then when they find you, it's what? I thought you, girl, I changed my mind at the last minute. But you look good though. Keep it a stack. You look good though, girl. Yes, orange is your color. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You one up me on this one. You sure did. So yes, send them in the opposite direction while you go do you. Girl, you look good, girl. Yes. What is the spiritual meaning behind a cat giving birth in your house? A stray that's been around me for a while gave birth. Girl, they trusted you. When a cat trusts you enough to come find shelter in your home to give birth, you have been chosen. SheRa, sprinkle, sprinkle. Cats don't trust many people. So to me, it's like an honor, a divine honor. It's like your matronly, motherly energy has attracted that cat. So I would literally just, think of it as an honor because like cats are Bast, which is like a goddess over fertility and motherhood, chose your house to give birth in. So you have been literally chosen, you know, by a cat. And cats don't really trust too many people. So sprinkle, sprinkle. Some fertility, motherly type of divine energy, house blessing. Your Bast, the Egyptian cat goddess. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Cats always come up to you in your neighborhood. Yes, the cat whisperer. Yeah, you can incorporate magical ways, to live in the moment with your pets too. Giving them magical names if you choose to. Um, my cats like to go outside, play in the garden. They enjoy all the same stuff that I do. They're kind of like your little companions. Uh-oh, semi-raw, sprinkle, sprinkle. What do you do when Elixir has hormones raging? Take that energy and use it to create. Start a business. Start writing down your business ideas. Start writing a book. It's only creative energy. So you need to channel that creative energy into making money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Transmute and channel that energy into cash, man. I often tell people when y'all are starting phase 2 on the elixirs to have some type of project or something you're trying to accomplish, because it's going to give you a lot of energy and you're going to have to channel it into some type of constructive way. And the best way to channel that energy is to make some money, create something, start a business, stay busy or something. Okay. I can't remember how long, but when I started that phase 2 and I first got off of phase 1, I had written like my first book, started my cosmetics business, and just I was like heavily selling a lot of my stuff on Poshmark. So I started making a lot of money when I was on those first 2 elixirs. Like and I put a lot of time and energy into my self-care, like my makeup and my hair. I would like walk around a lot, go window shopping, advertise a lot, make a bunch of videos and all this kind of stuff. So it really took me to the next level financially too. Oh, semi rock sprinkle sprinkle. Thank you. I almost went back to a dusty girl. Now channel that energy into money. If you can't make money, then you're not using it right. You're supposed to channel it into money. Ideas, money making ideas, something. Make sure even if you got to go to the gym or something. As I said, it's best to have a project going. Um, Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh, How much followers for selling a book do you need? Now, if you publish a book on Amazon, you can literally pay Amazon to advertise the book for you, which I have never done because I do have a following. But if you don't have a following, you can pay Amazon to advertise your book. You can publish on Amazon. How old Tiana Woods, sprinkle, sprinkle, do take elixirs while pregnant? No. My kids were already, old by the time, not old, but my kids were like in elementary when I started taking them. And I always tell people, get your physicians or your doctor's permission to take any type of elixirs. But I always say, you know what? If you're pregnant, focus on you and that baby. Like, don't be trying to do all these extra things. Like, you're already magical as it is while pregnant. You don't need anything extra. Take your prenatal vitamins and do the best you can do. Don't try to do too much. This is like a magical time that you need to experience without all a bunch of other stuff, you know? So maybe afterwards, I would definitely try it. The elixirs on my Etsy store, they're like spiritually enhancing. Also, they are like a lot of the elixirs in it have like nanoparticles of gold, silver, platinum, um, in small doses that help you vibrate on a higher frequency, help your brain work on a higher level. Um, your neurons fire on a faster level, to think faster, to create easier, to get motivated to start doing things when you feel a little bit stuck. Each phase, it's like phase 1 through, I think there's 11 phases. You take each phase 1 ounce. I also have the half-ounce bottles for people that can't afford the full ounce, but the full ounce is recommended. So if you can only afford the half ounce, then you buy another half ounce when that one is getting low, because some people can't afford things all at once. So I split them up. Um, but the alchemy of the elixirs are meant to be taken in a full ounce throughout the month. It should take you about a month to finish one bottle. I would do like 20 drops a day, 10 drops in the morning, not droppers, but it's like literally one whole dropper. Like it's like a squeeze bottle. Let's see if I have any around. But it's literally like one whole dropper a day. 10 little drops in the morning, 10 little drops in the afternoon, not the evening. And then you should really feel a difference and a transformation, like with your thinking, your energy, um, more dreams, more ideas. It's just like an alchemy changing your body. It's like a lot of the stuff in there are the minerals that we don't get on a normal basis anymore, because in the old days, we used to drink out of rivers. We used to get all those minerals from the water. A lot of the stuff that helped people, um, you know, have more of a connection to nature, or just your brain neurons firing faster, because gold and copper and all those different types of things are electromagnetic catalysts. So your brain works faster. So do your muscles. So a lot of people that are athletic or in the gym, it's also beneficial to you. I lost a lot of weight when I was on some of those elixirs. If y'all watch my old videos, y'all will probably see, because they gave you a lot of energy that you don't normally get drinking tap water or bottled water. Um, a lot of the dreams and knowledge and deeper thinking that you want to delve into more spiritual books, or learning about different, you know, um, things like alchemy or science, or whatever you choose to learn about. It could be anything. It's going to make it more intense, and you're able to absorb it more and understand it more and be into it more, because you're like, let's say your brain connects like dot dot dot. Okay, that's 3 dots. When you're on the elixir, it's like dot 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 dot. So you're connecting more things. So it's like, okay, if 1 + 1 = 2, right? This is algebra. The elixirs will have you like thinking like that. So, and I've done them for, I think I've done two rounds or 3 rounds. 'Cause once you finish, you can start over if you like, but I've already done it, and it's taken me from being it's taken me from like, I'm measuring by money and mental. I think I've quadrupled my money. And I also feel like I understand life a lot better. If anyone else has taken the elixirs, y'all can read the reviews online. You said your elixirs are the truth. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yes, I mean, the only way to experience it is to experience it. You said it's impossible to be lazy or depressed with phase 1. Yes, Marissa. Marissa? Maricia? That's so true. If you have any type of issue with feeling lazy or like down and out, phase one will definitely get you back to where you're supposed to be. What would we need the man for then? Ha ha ha. To have double. What you talking about? Shoot, two better than one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What tea or elixirs do we give our providers? I don't recommend giving them anything unless they choose to take it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like you can tell them what it's for, and they'll probably want to take it on their own or even buy it for you. It's like, oh, this is just supposed to make you more positive, have more ideas, get up and go. Make sure you're living your best life, doing the most. Oh, let me try that. Or, I would definitely tell people before giving them anything because I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. Thank you, Steph. Steph, you said the elixirs helped you during a stressful time. You need to get more. Yes. Some of the elixirs taste different depending on the different phase. So phase one may be more clear and phase two is more concentrated. So you're going to see a difference in all the mixtures. So don't be alarmed by that. Some of them are more watery tasting and some more are salty. So depending on how much of the nanoparticles are in there, because the alchemy changes through each phase. So definitely it's gonna it doesn't taste bad. So the most the most you're gonna taste is a little bit of salt. That's it. Okay. So they're nanoparticles of different minerals, all natural. Some of the stuff that's found in certain parts of like the desert, in some streams, you have like nano gold, nano silver particles, some platinum, and then a little bit of the iridium that you mix it all up with a certain other type of mineral that's found in nature. All of it is natural. And depending on the amount that's in each bottle and what how you're taking it, that's what changes your alchemy. It's like the chemistry in your body and how your brain functions and how your body functions. Okay. So you know how they use different wires and conductors in like cell phones to conduct the information faster or the electricity faster? It's like that in your body. You know how like when people come in the comments and I'm just bam, 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 bam. I wasn't always like that. It makes you think faster, more on your toes. It also makes you more alert, more aware. It's like instead of connecting three dots, you're connecting like six, seven, eight dots. You can see ahead, not like psychic. There's one that does increase your intuition and or your ability to be more intuitive. But instead of saying 1 + 2 = 3, you're like doing algebra, literally. You're ahead of the game. You're thinking steps ahead, steps ahead. So definitely it changes the chemistry to make you faster and better. Okay. It's linked in the description bar. Just scroll down and you're going to see elixirs. I have a store on Etsy called Dark Realm. You'll see my elixirs, or you can just go find it in the description bar. Click more and all the links will come up. And scroll down, you'll see get my elixirs and click there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, phase one will bring you out of a funk, whatever you're in. Just start phase one, yes. And you know what? A long time ago, they used to send the instructions, but here's the instructions: 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops at night. It's literally one full dropper. Not at night, in the afternoon. Sorry, because sometimes you'll have too much energy to go sleep. So in the afternoon, take 10 little droplets and 10 little droplets in the morning. Don't mix it with nothing. Go in order. That's how it's supposed to work. Look in the description bar on this video. It's on Etsy. There's a store on Etsy called Dark Realm. It's my store. Or go to the description bar, click on where it says see more or more, and all the links will come up. Scroll all the way down until you see get like my elixirs or my Etsy store or my elixirs. It's going to say it in the description bar. And you'll definitely read the reviews if you don't, if you're skeptical, definitely read all the reviews because it's a 5-star review. And that store has been open for years. Probably coming up on like what? 6-7 years? It's been around for a while. Now I have an alchemist that makes it in their laboratory. I don't make it. I create like what we want the alchemy to do, and then I sell it on my store under my label. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, it's a liquid, so we don't really ship it overseas because of customs, and actually for, those type of reasons. We used to ship overseas a long time ago, but too many people were like, where is my order? It's stuck in customs. It got sent back. It's stuck in customs. Your country doesn't accept it. Your country has different rules, so it's too hard to do. But what I suggest is if you know someone in the US that can ship it, like that can buy it and then ship it to you in some form or fashion without all the alerts going off, that's what you can probably do. Okay. Unless they sell something similar in the UK that you can look up. You said it helps with weight loss. It makes you more active. Yeah. It gives you it gives you the energy to get up and go do something. Oh, I remember when I was taking them, I was on that treadmill going 5 miles a day. Ooh, child. Maybe I need to get back on it, huh? You said come to US on vacation and order it. Y'all stealing. I stopped using it because I've done the phases 3 times. But when I feel like I need to start using them again, I'll start the phases back up. They all are in phases. There's the elixirs, and then there's the vita elixirs. The vita elixirs are the platinum, the gold, and the copper. You take those like vitamins after, like, if you've taken all the phases. But you click on the thing and it'll say phase 1. You got to click on each bottle and it'll tell you what phase it is. So always start with phase 1. And then after you finish all the phases, you can start on the vita elixirs to keep up like daily supplements. Some you can do at the same time, but you have to take less of the phase, which I don't recommend. I just do it all in the same order that you're supposed to do it in. Then when you're finished, you can get some of the vita elixirs. I don't suggest mixing it with anything. Taking it by itself is the best way. You can drink whatever you want. I don't recommend drinking a lot of alcohol though. So when you start the phases, don't drink a lot of alcohol. All right. You can drink coffee. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if y'all have been on my channel for a while, you all have seen the weight fluctuate. Okay. The weight that I started my channel at, that's probably the natural weight that I'm probably like without doing anything, just being my normal self. But when you see the weight change, when the elixirs and the energy that I got and all this other stuff, and some of the diets that I went on, y'all see me like go like from this to bobblehead. I call it bobblehead. They call it Ozempic face now, but I wasn't on no Ozempic. Ozempic, I was just like not eating a lot and doing a lot of exercise or like eating like less calories. But I call it bobblehead back then before they had Ozempic face, to where I was more hollowed and my eyes looked way bigger and my head was big and the body was smaller. So this is my okay look. Like this is where I'm comfortable. Like this, like -5 pounds, minus 5 to 10 pounds. This is me. This is my natural weight without starving. Is it like Luther? Exactly. I don't need to be skinny. I'm not trying to pose for Victoria's Secret. I ain't trying to be on the beach in no bikini posing for Instagram. I don't need to be skinny. So I've come to the conclusion that no, not everybody's supposed to be skinny. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. And the beautiful thing is that we do still have the option to be that way if you want to be that way. How to attract rich man without being skinny? Not all men like skinny women, though. Not it depends on the type of man you're trying to attract. Like now, I've gotten a lot of money without being skinny. Shoot, sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't have to be skinny. You got to be confident, and you still got to look good. Curvy, thick, cute. You can be skinny too. All body shapes and all body types can get the money if they, you know, meeting the right people. You say you can't wait to be bobblehead again, girl. I said, you know what? I look better without being bobblehead. I had to look. I literally went back and looked through some of the videos that I had, and I saw where I looked my best, and it was between this weight and maybe 5 or 10 more pounds. That's it. I can't get no smaller than that, or else I'll be bobblehead with giant eyes. Okay, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. How do you transmute rejection or negative emotion? Huh? Okay, I didn't read the last part. Okay. I don't see things as rejection. Like it's your perspective. Also, sometimes you don't even have to transmute if you just change the perspective. So I don't ever feel um, I'm rejected. I feel like there's another opportunity that's better for me, or that it wasn't a match, or that they couldn't reach the standards. So I never see rejection. There is no such thing as rejection. It's they didn't reach the standards. They didn't qualify. They didn't see what they didn't. They looked past a certain thing. You know, um, they were not ready. It's never you. Okay, so you don't see rejection. You see other opportunities that are going to be presented, or that are presented, or that they weren't able to receive whatever it is you were trying to give. You know what I'm saying? So never see it as rejection. And sprinkle, sprinkle. Phase one is good for lifting your mood and spirits. Yes. Phase one elixir. You said your frequency was too high for them. Yes. Like especially if you practice magic, you can scare a lot of people away. And it could feel like rejection, but really it's not. They can't handle it. Some people can't handle you. And so if they can't handle you, they don't want anything to do with you. So think about it like that. They can't handle you. I don't blame them. I wouldn't be able to handle me either, girl. Takes a special type. Okay. When is it too old to be a sugar baby? Okay, so I had one client when I used to do consultations that had an 80-year-old sugar daddy and she was in her 60s. I don't know if she watching, but it wasn't that long ago. So it's all in your mind. Like he was 80. Okay. It ain't never too late, ma'am. I was listening in close too. She was telling me her story. I'm like, he 80, girl? What you doing? And they still be having the same problems that them youngsters be having. The heck? You didn't call me back. Girl, he forgot he 80. You got to remind them when they that old. Okay. They can't remember everything. You got to do. When they that old, you got to help them out a little bit and tell them they're supposed to be doing. You said, how should you act when you're dating a celebrity, like a celebrity yourself? Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's so funny these days because, like, most women literally act like celebrities already anyway. They got to have their hair looking good, their nails looking good, their makeup looking good. They always taking selfies and pictures and stuff, getting surgeries. Women are already like celebrities. So I don't see how you going to act any different. Okay. How do you act with a celebrity? Just like yourself, ma'am. Just like a celebrity. So most women these days act like a celebrity anyway. Okay. Got your outfit together, got your heels on, got your makeup done, got your hair did, nails done, looking good, lip gloss popping. Okay, you a celebrity too. Mm-hmm. You play your theme music and go get in the mood. How do you connect with your father that transitioned the fancy lifestyle? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Here's my question. Why do we wait until people die to talk to them? The best thing I can tell you to do is set up an ancestor altar with all his favorite stuff on it, a picture of him, maybe write him a letter, light some candles, put his favorite things on there, and start to look for signs and things that he's trying to communicate with you, and maybe sit down at that altar and say the things that you want to say, ask the questions you want to ask, and allow the universe to reveal the answers to you as they come. Yes, if you want a more um, intense way of communicating, get you some cards, get you some tarot cards or some oracle cards, whatever type of cards you got. And you, like, before you shuffle and use these cards, say what you want. Say, I want something, something, or someone to communicate with me through these cards. And then you ask your question. And then you lay the card down for the answer. And somehow, some way, it's going to connect. Okay? So, for example, if you were trying to communicate with him and you're saying, what kind of questions are you going to ask? I actually had created a deck of cards to use just for that purpose, for communicating with spirits or the dead or whatever. But I never sold. I think I might have sold them. I can't remember what the link is, but it's so long ago. where it's just random words. It kind of works like the spirit box when you're using it for like ghost hunting, but it's just cards with random words on it. So like it's like it was a bunch of them, and you just shuffle them, and every time you ask a question, you just lay the card down wherever you stop shuffling, and it would help with your communication. So you also, yeah, they also sell spirit boxes online, which is like literally like a radio that's a AM or FM radio that's just surfing through the channels, and every once in a while you'll hear a word and it'll record it and you can write it down. But I just recommend cards. It's the easiest way. Oh, Mary Bell, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you for the super sticker. You said very demonic. Well, either way, she wants answers from someone. I think the cards are best because it's more, cards on an altar is more of a connection. Jose loves Sprinkle Sprinkle. Do your elixirs work for men too? Yes, they're for everybody. They're for everyone. Yes. Always divine with professional first. If that's what you choose to do, or research it and become a professional through your research. Like the reason why I say to do it is because I've been doing stuff like that for years since I was young. And so I feel like I'm a professional. And I forget that everybody's not well read on certain things, and they don't know what certain things are, and they don't know when to stop, and they don't know what type of questions to ask. So that's a good idea to definitely get some knowledge and information on those type of things. Do you need to be positive to manifest? You need to be positive enough to manifest what you're trying to manifest without putting doubt in the way. Yeah. Like if you don't believe in yourself, then what's the point? Okay. What do I think of trans women? I don't really care. Like, I think everyone should be who they are, who they want to be. Like when I say create your own world and create the life you want and create the life you want to live, I feel like everybody should have that freedom. Because a lot of times people just live according to how other people think they should live, and you should live how you want to live. I don't really care. I mean, honestly, live your best life. And don't let nobody tell you not to live your best life. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know you wrong channel, but why would a provider man invite you out and flirt with somebody else in front of me? I left him and now I feel like he's mad at me. First of all, I'm a flirt right in front of him too. And who cares about, y'all are too sensitive. I don't care if they're flirting. They giving you money? They paying them bills? Men are gonna be men. And if you're taking offense to it, if you're playing the victim role, then you're not the woman that you should be. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to flirt even harder with somebody even richer. And it might not even be in their face. It might just be the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not tit for tat. It's how do you feel about yourself? If that man, if that old man or that man you're dating is so insecure, he got to flirt with other people right in front of your face to make himself seem like the prize, which he's not. And you took that and took it personally, that means you need to get your emotions in check. And you need to realize who the prize really is. Because if he got to do all of that work in front of your face to confuse you, then, you need to check yourself. Honestly, if somebody was flirting with another person in front of my face, I was just like, oh, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, she's very pretty. Don't ever be bothered by stupid stuff like that because that's what they want. I would never be bothered. I'm like, because I'm going to be doing the same thing the next day. How old Jennifer Sprinkle Sprinkle? In 2021, when you got second phase of elixir, you stopped drinking and eating meat and never went back. Can you explain why that happens? Yes, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Phase 2 helps you get over bad habits. So thank you for reminding me of that, Jennifer. Phase 2 helps you get over bad habits, even if it's a dusty. Phase 2 helps you get over any type of addiction, or helps a lot. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee, but it helps you a lot to kick bad habits or anything you're trying to accomplish. So if you're trying to go vegan or if you're trying to quit some type of habit, phase two would definitely assist you with that. Hmm. Anyway, yeah, don't react to people that's trying to get reactions out of you. Join in and be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Go right up to him while he's flirting. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She reminds me of my friend. Hey girl, we should hang out sometime. I know where the rich people hang out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, he ain't spending no money. Let's go. I know where they spend money at. Do you think it's wrong that I cut off my family members who victim blamed and emotionally neglected me when I was in a what? Physically and emotionally abusive relationship? Um, I don't if you feel the need to cut off people, that's your choice. I don't think it's wrong at all if that's the choice that you made. Trust yourself. Like the the magical part about intuition is trusting yourself that you make the right decisions. I don't if you didn't think it's wrong, then it ain't wrong, ma'am. Remember, all of our situations are different. So what's right for you could be wrong for someone else under different circumstances. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You said what? The different jobs of the elixirs are literally written in the descriptions on the website. You just read them, or read the title of the actual elixir, and it kind of tells you what it does. Yeah, the name of them. What? So magically, using the moment definitely requires a little bit of delusion. So make sure you stay a little bit delusional. That way it's easier for you to create your own world, because so many people will tell you that you can't, but I have. So don't believe them. And so have so many other people. So many other people have created their own worlds, how they want it, the type of interactions they want. And it's so magical when it happens. It's like, okay, I only deal with this type of person. I only attract this type of, energy. I only deal with this type of thing. I'm only staying in these type of places. And when you put all of those quote unquote standards up, that's what you're going to start attracting, because you're literally rejecting everything else. Nope, 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 yes, nope, 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 yes. When you don't have any standards, or when you don't have any, things that you're manifesting and trying to attract, you're going to take in whatever. You're going to let anything in. You're going to let anything. It's kind of like room decor. Y'all seen this room, right? If I just start bringing any type of decor into here, it's no longer going to have a theme. It's no longer going to be this color coordinated, right? If I just start bringing random stuff in here, it's not going to look the same. Therefore, it's not going to be what I created it and wanted it to be, right? It's the same thing with your life. You don't let random dust into your life. You don't let random situations into your life. You don't let random stuff in there that's not taking you to the place you're trying to get. You don't let nothing into your life unless it's beneficial to what you're already doing, or unless it's taking you and creating the life that you're creating. Other than that, you can't let it in. Okay. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Think of it that way. No, take them in order. They're in order for a reason. The phases, they got an order for a reason. Okay. Why would you support this with cash if I disagree with the message? Why would you be spending your time and energy in here if you disagree with the message? That's the question. That's the question only you can answer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Some people like wasting time and energy and giving it to others. Hmm. How do you make emotional control magical? Well, first of all, it has to benefit you. Okay. So if you can't control your emotions naturally, then you need to learn how to control them enough to benefit you. So if you connect it to something beneficial, you're more likely to control your emotions. You say you had got to the point where you had to start blocking people? Yes. People like to give their energy. It's like a sacrifice. They like to, even if they don't like what you're doing, they like to come and give them your energy. And like I said, all energy transmutes and translate into money and benefits for me. So no matter what, I'm getting paid. Period. So if you like to donate your blood, you like to donate your energy here, I'm taking it. I'm just gonna take it and use it for what I want it for. So it really doesn't matter. Okay. But some people don't even realize they're victims. Okay. You said, yes, that is what they want. Yeah. I mean, if you feed off of people's energy and benefit from it and vibrate higher from it, even if it's negative, you can literally transmute that into whatever you want because it's your world. Okay. And that's what I teach other people to do. Like, if you have someone that's annoying or a coworker that's annoying or someone that you don't really vibe with, if they're still giving you energy, if they're still giving you whatever it is that they're giving you, as long as it's beneficial, then I think it's fine. Okay. What happens when you say no so often that you say no to the wrong person? Ooh. Um, you can always say yes. You can always backtrack and say, you know what? I thought about it and I changed my mind. You can always do that. Oh, Brittany Sprinkle Sprinkle. Should you try to get pregnant by a millionaire? He's 62 and he doesn't want any more. I'm only, oh, you're in BC and you want one. Okay. Well, he don't have to have the baby. You don't have to hold it for 9 months and push it out. So if you want a baby, have a baby, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If he's sleeping with you, he wants something. You got it every time he sleeps with you. That's a risk that he want a baby. So that's all I can say. If you don't want none, you need to stop practicing. My phone. Then tell him to stop practicing if he don't want no kids. If you don't stop practicing, that means he want kids. Okay. Get the millionaire money. Yes. Like 50 Cent said, have a baby by me, be a millionaire. How to use period, blood to manifest, any books. Girl, you can probably find that info online, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Mimi. Find the info online, ma'am. There's so many books, so many free websites, and it's like common sense knowledge. Oh, Monique, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Shira. Glad to see you live. Looking forward to buying another elixir. Also gonna send out your letter. Okay, thank you, Miss Monique. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. Yeah, I sent all the Patreon letters out. Okay. Thank you. I like when I get letters written back. I said I have several videos. Yes. So go type it in. You'll find a bunch of stuff. No, like if a man don't want to have babies, then he needs to practice abstinence. Because there's always a chance. No birth control is 99. No birth control is 100% except for abstinence. So if you 100% don't want no babies, then don't sleep with no women. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because that 1%, it's enough to get your money, ma'am. That's not how we built, but you do have self-discipline. You do have a choice. You can sustain and you can be abstinent. You can practice abstinence. You don't want no kids. There's always that chance. On the Patreon, if you join the mail out tier, yes, you get a handwritten letter every month, and you can write me back. When you receive your letter, I'll have the address where you can write me. Mm-hmm. Have I ever considered stand-up? No. I'm not a quote unquote stand-up comedian. I just take what's given to me and then I spin it back in a humorous way. I do like comedians though. I like to laugh. Mm-hmm. You said, Shira, you don't deserve a man, go lesbian. Y'all are silly. What do you mean I don't deserve a man? Like a man is something that you deserve. That's silly. So if you what do you mean you deserve? You attract. You attract. You said a man doesn't deserve us. Well, if they pay my bills, they deserve them bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you want to write back with your handwriting. That's terrible. Oh, well then type it out and print it. Girl, if you that bad, type it out and print it out, man. And just sign your name. Okay. Mm-hmm. You said I would probably be homeless without one. That's not true. There are more homeless men than there are women. Okay. You think I'd be homeless looking this good without a man? Then you must be blind. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Yeah, I got 2 channels, y'all. Okay. You said you average. Well, what's your girlfriend look like? She working, so she must be super average. Yeah, we go back and forth sometimes. The Dusty said his girlfriend, not his wife, because he can't put a ring on it because he can't afford marriage. She works, but if she working, she's average too. And she must look worse than me because I don't work. And so who really average? You want to get married, you're 24 and you have a toddler. What's the realistic frame? Date older. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Much older. If you want to get married faster, date older. There you go. You said men are losing their appeal. Yeah, because they got their hand out at bill paying time. That's enough right there. Oh, Jess, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Appreciate that. Darius just likes to harass women because his woman is busy right now with her work husband at work. Okay. Darius says he's here for entertainment. So just let him be. If all he got to say is negative things, then, out of negative people come negative comments. What can you do? Just transmute his energy and laugh it off. You said just facts. Okay. I don't think he knows what facts are, but okay. You said being a witch means you're a lesbian. Oh, that's what it means? I didn't know that. Is that really what it means? It doesn't mean that. It means you're wise. It doesn't mean you're a lesbian. And shout out to all the lesbians out there who are witches. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Squatting in that poor woman's house while watching another woman's videos. Imagine it, ladies. Squatting. Pretty princess. Sana? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I try to tell people, like, if you don't agree with my other message on my other channel, then don't agree with it. You're not a woman. You don't have to agree with it. Especially these guys. It's not for you to agree with. You're not the woman. And if you can't meet the standards of the other channel, then you're not even the target. So I don't even understand the whole thing. Like, if it's kind of like being afraid someone is going to take something from you that you don't even have. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Thank y'all so much for donating. I appreciate all the good questions. Remember, all the things that I talked about are literally linked in the description bar. Just scroll down and read through a lot of that stuff, and y'all see where a lot of the stuff is. Thank y'all, everybody. I'll see y'all on the next one. If y'all are new, like and subscribe, comment, and I'll see y'all on the next one.